And we're oh God, I don't know how to fucking start them. I know how to interrupt the shit out of you when you start them, but I don't know how to fucking start them.
What do you mean you don't know how to start it? You just say, "Oh, hey guys, we're back."
I was trying to remember because that sounds like what we do whenever we we get in a fight or something and have to pause it. Then we're like, "Hey, we're back."
Or you could just say, "Hey, welcome."
I don't know. I'll fucking panic. Can we start over?
No, we've started over enough.
Shit, that is some sidekick shit right there.
I gave you the floor. I yielded it to you completely.
Yeah,
you
dude,
buckled.
I fucked that off. God damn it. Okay, that's why you don't let me do those. Sometimes you gotta let them fall on their face so they can fall in line. And that's a direct quote from Dr. Phil.
A quote?
He never said any of that.
A quote.
Is that what I said?
Yeah.
A quote. It's been a fucking hell of a day, man. That's no excuse.
I mean, speaking of Dr. Phil, do you want to talk about it?
What, Dr. Phil?
No, your day.
Oh, my day?
Yeah.
I'd honestly rather not. I would really rather not.
You got punked out at the gas station. Right.
I
wrote my own fan fiction for your bad day. You got punked out at the gas station by a salty Trump supporter.
No,
that's what happened.
It's shit, man. I'm getting my head about it now.
And he just walked out of the studio.
He did. Oh, so we have a guest here tonight,
Rusty Shackleford.
Rusty Shackleford himself in the flesh. I know not if he has pocket sand. He might.
I appreciate you guys having me here tonight. It's an honor.
Well, it's an honor for us too. You're an excellent conversationalist, and that now you have to live up to that boast that I have given you myself.
I feel like I'm on the spot now, so
you are
stressing a little bit. And he's back.
I'm
back.
I'm really happy to have you here. John Jetson,
Rusty Shackleford.
Oh, we're going Rusty Shackleford. I like John Jetson.
Let me get some water because I need to work up some phlegm.
Like the Alex Jones. Gay frogs.
No, you got a cigarette. I'm fixing to spit on you again.
It's fair. All right.
You guys let me know when you want me to interject the scratcher.
Okay, I guess we have a gimmick for this episode. This is a nice acid test
Rusty
of
how
well this plays for audio. But he has brought in props.
A number of scratchers.
A handful of Texas Lottery weekly grands. What are those? Is that the number 4?
That's the number 5, actually.
Number 5 shit.
Number 5. $2. Top prize, $1,000 a week.
Why don't you go ahead and pop one off?
Let's do this.
See how
he is applying the quarter to the lotto scratcher. I know not if he has succeeded. One box has been unveiled.
Check out the prize.
He's definitely done this before.
Grand prize. Grand week.
No match now.
I don't know if this is good or not, but for now it has become an ASMR.
So here's the deal, fellas. There are a number of games going on with the weekly grand. You have Game 1 reveal 3 matching grand prizes with the amount revealing 3 grand symbols. Win $1,000 per week. We did not do that on this one. However, Game 3, where's Game 2? We missed a game.
Oh shit! You got
I like how it's on us now.
What you get? You got a triangle and a...
Reveal 2 symbols matching a grape, win $20. We didn't do that.
Didn't do that either.
If your number beats their number in either row, win the prize for that row. Your number, 7 beat us this time, fellas. We'll try again, though. We've got 9 more to go.
I don't think we're going to try.
The tension builds.
I don't think we're going to try anymore. Not on air, at least.
It's double rows.
Which one are they? Are they row 1 or?
My numbers, their numbers.
Oh, I gotcha. Shit.
Well, just FYI, we need to save these and double check later because.
Yeah.
Don't. Just
set it here, right here.
That's good.
What do you want me to do?
No. It's fine. It's fine. I was afraid we were going to toss them further.
I can toss it.
That's an appropriate distance.
You think I can't?
I know you can. My sight's
not. You think I can send it? You're silly if you think I'm not going to send it. I'm going to god dang send it.
Yeah, I'm going to take my quarterback now. I'm going to make an executive decision and say that segment's been canceled.
I appreciate the
We might have to
liberty
bring
with
it back
which
here in a
you
little
lended
bit.
me that quarter, though.
No,
Lent.
no, it was shit.
It's great sound effects, though. And could you not feel the tension build with the sound of the scratch?
I was too busy applying ASMR to the situation.
What does ASMR stand for?
I don't know. I just
A
know
audio
Silent, monotone,
a sexy
reciprocation.
maybe response.
recitation.
Response.
Yeah.
I think it's response.
I like that. Okay. A sexy, muted.
We figured it out.
No, maybe.
A maybe.
Maybe
In case you don't like it,
Yeah,
that's why the
it's
baby's
open
there.
for interpretation.
Yeah, that's fair.
Not everybody likes it.
I like that.
Maybe response.
All right, well, let's get down to the nitty gritty.
Thanks, guys, for having me, by the way.
Thanks for coming. Lady Gaga at the presidential inauguration. I don't mean to get political, but I'm joking. I'm not going into it. She's a poor choice to sing the national anthem. They had Garth fucking Brooks there. Why couldn't he do it?
Didn't he sing Amazing Grace or something?
Yeah, let her sing Amazing Grace. It's a national anthem.
Are you monster? She was in the hit film A Star Is Born. That made everyone cry.
Was that a hit film?
I think it was for normies.
I mean, we're topper podcasters, and she is a hitter film. She was in American Horror Story, the vampire one.
She starred opposite Rocket Raccoon.
That was actually me singing, in case you guys are wondering. My brother is playing guitar. Damn. I'm sorry,
No, he
guys.
doesn't play guitar anymore. He's given up on it because
Mhm.
he wasn't good. Now he's just a subpar drummer.
Yeah.
He's not even as good as those as he was as a guitar.
I'm more par as a drummer than I am as a guitarist.
I'll be the judge of that.
Well, what's your judgment?
You're not.
At either one?
No.
No, which one am I better at?
Guitar is slightly better.
I'm not saying I'm good at either one. I'm saying...
You're slightly better at guitar, but
You think? I feel like I'm a better drummer.
with all your practice at drums and all your not practice at guitar, they have probably planed out a bit.
Balanced out.
You still can't sing to save your fucking life.
Fuck no.
That was
Never
a mistake.
could, though.
That was a mistake.
Never could. I think I went through a brief time where I drank enough that I thought I could sing.
The rounder years.
The rounder years. That was a lot. That was a whiskey-soaked couple of years there. I thought I was a country musician.
You did.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Did you not sing backup in Credentials?
No, he was the lead
That was
singer.
the lead singer.
Oh.
in Credentials.
It was dog shit.
Yeah. You notice I'm living off the riches I made from that band.
The residuals are massive.
It was so good that they replaced him with me one night, and people weren't that upset.
No, they actually you got a lot of compliments on. I think somebody said you sounded like the dude from Zayo.
I felt really good about that.
I
a
was
heck of a
proud
compliment.
for you. Yeah.
We had a song that we actually made on YouTube at one point. I don't know what happened to it though.
It's still there.
I can't find it anymore.
It's still there.
It's called Troll Stomp.
Yeah. It's still around.
It's kicking around the internet somewhere. You can hear my terrible screeching.
It wasn't bad.
There's been worse.
Oh yeah,
I know it opens up in a faraway land.
it does.
Oh me, yeah, but Lady Gaga, pitchy as hell.
I didn't even hear it.
I didn't listen to it either.
I didn't make it through any of the inauguration. I forgot that it was that day.
Have any of us actually listened to her sing?
Yes.
Yes,
At
in
the-
the,
at the
Yeah,
inauguration?
yes, in the.
Yeah. Brooke looked it up.
Oh,
And
okay.
it was pitchy as hell.
Oh, I thought you meant her sing in general.
No. She's a great singer.
I didn't listen to the inauguration song.
Oh no, I haven't heard it.
She's a great singer. I mean, not my cup of tea, but she's a great singer. And she did okay for about the first 3/4 of the song. Then she got into it and started going off script a little. It sounded like she was going off script.
Because that's what everyone does with the national anthem.
Yeah, see, and that's
They always-
I can't imagine Garth Brooks would have done that,
He didn't. He killed it.
right? 'Cause Garth, he's a goddamn professional. He's not dividing his endeavors up into acting and doing all this different shit. He's just Garth Brooks. and
Except
he
for Chris Gaines.
Was he Chris Gaines?
He was.
Yeah,
Chris
bro.
Gaines.
No, Garth. But
Not anymore. He was just pretending.
I mean, that's still there, but I mean, all he has to do is tell you, like, "Hey, I did Thunder Rolls," and you'll be okay with him
It's
again.
true.
Lightning strikes. Bow, bow, bow.
I'm not a big fan of Facebook memes, but there's a thing going around about him showing up in boots to a black tie affair.
Yeah, I saw that.
I thought, that's kind of cool for him actually just to show up looking like my dad looks to most professional things and just doing his thing, That was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I like Garth Brooks. I'd like to... does he... I doubt he drinks. He seems like he's like probably one of those reformed...
I don't know if he does anymore. I did see someone post something about how they used to like him, but apparently there was a concert somewhere that he was saying racial slurs about Native Americans or something like that. So
what, Indian?
Probably. I don't know. Some people are not down with that.
I mean, really, what racial slurs are there about Native Americans?
I'm sure there's plenty.
Oh, there's a few.
Sure there's plenty.
There's a few.
Well, my point is, we just recently got rid of the Redskins as a name.
The Washington football team.
Right. So we can all agree that Redskins is a racial slur, but it wasn't until last year, evidently. Or it was a National Football League's team name.
I'm pretty sure that it has been for a long time, but for some reason, like with everything, like Native Americans or Indians or whatever you want to call them kind of get shit on harder than most people, and they just get swept under the fucking rug.
Indigenous American peoples.
Is that the new PC term?
I don't fucking know. Probably. It's probably.
That's weird because I know lots of people, lots of full-blood Native Americans that were like, fine. They think it's weird not to be called Indian.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why, I understand that. I'm sure that there's some people that don't like it, but I don't know. What do you do when, what if there were some black people that are okay with the N-word? That's fine.
How do you make everybody happy?
It's true.
Though
I don't think Indian is the direct analog of the N-word. That would probably be...
Apples and oranges.
I don't think there is a direct analog for
I don't think there is.
The F-word. I think the F-word's close to the N-word now.
What F-word?
The gay F-word?
The gay F-word.
Yeah, the gay F-word?
It's pretty close. It's got the double G.
It does.
There's something about that double consonant that makes it more impactful.
Well, I mean, they did tack the N-word onto another word for Middle Easterners because they liked it so much.
Just saying that double G's hard.
Oh yeah, they did. They did.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did. I don't know. There's a part of me that's like, I like the idea of curating these really horribly offensive words because they are so offensive. And so it's like whenever I want to be extremely offensive and insulting like that, I kind of feel like that should be in my munition box. But I also understand, maybe it should be like weapons. Like you get a license to wield profoundly derogatory
So you could
terms.
take a class and you could just use the N-word carte blanche.
Yeah.
Or would it be...
Well, not carte blanche. Not carte blanche because you've gone to class and you know the situations.
No, would it be like fucking deer season?
Yes.
So there's
Wait, this is not a road I want to go down, dude. I don't know that we need to go down
There's certain times of the year that you can use these derogatory terms.
Yeah,
if you got your license and took the class, yeah.
So there's another time of year that you could use the Hispanic racial epithets.
You'll have fathers bringing their 8-year-old sons to learn how to use the correct term.
So it's like...
You failed, son. You called this person the wrong word.
Oh god, we gotta cover this one up.
We hadn't said anything. We were dancing on that line, and I feel that's okay.
This is a razor's edge we're on right now. Tread lightly.
You make it sound like you're just a hair's breadth away from just dropping hard R's.
No, I'm saying we're a hair's breadth away from just getting canceled as fuck.
I appreciate you.
We've said worse than this.
Acknowledging the hard R word too. Rarely, until the last couple of years, has that been brought into the lingo of derogatory terms. But it is a derogatory term, as acknowledged by most people.
The hard R word.
You just said the hard R word.
Yeah, that's for the N word. What are you talking about?
What is the hard R word?
Hard R is saying
retarded. You're not.
That's not the hard. Hard R is saying the N word with fully, not saying it the cool way.
No, that's saying the N word with a hard R.
Yeah, hard R. Hard R works is just explicitly for that. That's why it's called a hard R.
I disagree.
There's no soft R for mental retardation. Hard R is for the N-word.
I feel uncomfortable.
That is the hard R.
No, you're wrong. Hard R is the full R word.
Okay. So if somebody drops an N-bomb, I can be like, yo, hey, we don't drop any hard R's around here.
That just means you're okay with saying it the other way.
It doesn't work either way. Hard R is...
When you reference letter...
This is already in, the zeitgeist, so what you're going against is just what most people are...
Well, no, this is established. This isn't just you talking out...
Yeah, you can look this up.
I didn't know.
I didn't know either.
Yeah.
That's because you guys are some...
Plebs?
Soft R's. some bitch ass soft R's.
Some weak ass soft R's.
I
may be. Oh, I have a story.
Okay.
Short story.
Yeah, go.
Okay, tell us we're going to turn this off. No, I'm just kidding.
Let me think how to appropriately word this story.
Right, well, in the meantime...
During an interaction today with someone younger than me, they used a word to describe something that I thought was incredible, and they said, this place is bougie. And I felt offended. I thought, this place isn't bougie, this place is nice.
That's what bougie means, isn't it?
Well,
yeah, it's like putting on airs. That's what bougie is.
Yeah.
Exactly. I did not know that until I went back to my office and Googled it. And then I realized that bougie doesn't mean some ratchet woman. It means... It can mean that. That's one meaning. But it also can mean affluent yet humble. And I was like, oh, that was a compliment.
Affluent yet humble.
I've only heard, this place is bougie. This place is fucking nice.
Like putting on airs.
This place is fucking nice. Bougie? I only drink smart water. Okay? I don't drink fucking...
It has a double meaning. A double meaning.
Bougie.
Because I asked some people around me that I trust, and they said, oh yeah, there's two meanings. One could be, oh, this place is bougie as shit. Like, bad. Or, oh, this place is bougie as shit. Like, oh, this is cool. Listen, it goes either way.
These people that you're talking to are out of the loop, because now it only means, this place is bougie, this place is nice. This place is above us.
See, that's how she meant it, and I didn't realize that, but I thought surely... It's not something that I'm
older than you, bro. How do you not know that?
Well, I didn't even think it meant...
I'm out of this loop.
I didn't even think that it meant someplace was nice. I thought it meant it was, ostensibly nice. Like, it was putting on the airs of being nice, but it really wasn't.
I feel like that's where there's the separation. There's, people that are wannabe bougie, and then there's, bougie that's fucking caviar and shit. This place is fucking top tier. We don't Google stuff on podcasts. Put that shit away.
I'm getting put away.
Put up. You're not allowed to fact check. There's no fact checking allowed.
Chace draws hard.
I apologize.
Hard fucking lines around here.
Okay.
Rusty.
Can I? All right. My memory serves me well. According to the slangdictionary.com or whatever, the bougie definition was that it's someone who is doing well or something that is very fancy and nice, but can still appear humble and be humble. Which, it's a compliment. It's like if you're making tons of money, but you're still just chill wearing your Wranglers, you're bougie.
Garth Brooks.
I don't think anyone that was bougie would be caught dead in Wranglers.
Garth Brooks is bougie.
No, that's not bougie. Bougie people. What are you doing? Stop fact checking. Oh, stop having a social life.
No, I'm wondering where the fuck our best boy is.
He told you not to call him that.
Best boy.
Well, I'm not. You're right. You're right.
That's not even... Well, see, I don't know why he gets so upset. It's not a pet name. It's like a fucking job title.
I don't think he was actually upset, to be fair.
Go ahead.
Bust out my CD.
Oh, I don't mean to interject, but... Do you guys...
That's all we fucking do.
That's hilarious. You've listened to this, right?
No,
I have.
Clearly.
I have. Do you guys ever listen to any Howard Stern at all?
Not in years.
I listen to the clips that you send me.
Yeah. So early on in the Howard Stern years, his executive producer, Gary Delabate,
Delabate? That's bougie.
Yeah.
He used to call
Kids, the word of the day.
That motherfucker eats snails and
He used to call himself Gary Delabate because he thought that was easier to understand. But his real name is Gary Delabate. Anyway, Howard called him my boy Gary. Boy Gary. And he'd always tell Boy Gary when he messed up, you have to repeat after me, Boy Gary. And it was so derogatory. So when you say, Or
Best Boy.
Best Boy. Seems
No,
very
Best Boy-
offensive.
Best Boy is like if you look at credits on movies, there's like
A grip and
it's just a job on a movie set. Best Boy.
yeah.
It's something.
It
they
says
do.
Best Boy in the
Yeah.
credits on a movie?
Yeah, I'm not sure what it actually is, and that's
I
one
don't
I don't
know.
even want to look up.
I don't know.
It's
It's just somebody that works on
Well-
movie sets and the Best Boy.
From an outsider looking in, it seems slightly homoerotic.
Well,
Well,
sometimes I'll be homoerotic.
Sometimes sometimes I'll be gay.
And that's not a bad thing. I didn't know what's the word I'm looking for? The context that Best Boy came about.
Yeah, well, Best Boy, it really is a job title on like movie sets, TV shows, and shit like that. I guess any set. And
What do they do?
I don't know.
Don't want to know.
Is there a best girl?
It's great just not knowing.
It's probably there's probably a best person these days.
It still says Best Boy in the credits. Like you look on
No girls allowed.
like Umbrella Academy, which I mean they're changing Elliot Page's
You think
name
they would
and titles and stuff.
they would explicitly change it for that show considering that context.
Well, that's what I'm getting at, but they don't. So I'm guessing that it's still like that's fine. Maybe it's like one word, like just Best Boy, and it doesn't actually have any sort of male connotation whatsoever.
No, it's got boy in there that's got male connotation. We should change it to something gender
like a woman.
gender neutral.
So is there a bus girl?
No, gender neutral, but also dignified, like best hero.
It's like bus person. They clean up your place.
Oh, that won't work either though, because there's
Right.
a female designation for heroes.
There
Heroine.
is.
Yeah, heroine.
I don't like that one.
I don't either.
I think because it's too close
Yeah.
to heroin.
I don't think
It is
I don't think it's necessary.
So
I think
it's indeed too close.
Well, I don't think it's really necessary. Anyway, like you just call someone
hero
a
can
hero.
be
Yeah,
anybody. Yeah, exactly.
Superwoman's a hero. Superman's a hero.
To me,
Yeah,
hero is
heroes.
equivalent to awesome. You're awesome. You don't have to say awesome
Yeah.
or awesome.
Just
she
make
or
sure
he or-
that you tack that ES on the end when you make it plural. Is that
awesomes.
No, hero. When you make hero plural, put
Heroes.
that ES on the end, not just S. 'Cause that's-
Heroes.
No, heroes.
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 The plural of hero has ES on the end, not just S.
That's heroes.
No, that's heroes.
Hero is. It's Spanish. The ES is.
Listen
Spanish.
here, you
Yeah,
goddamn
is hero.
Hero
English teacher.
is
Stop.
what?
I
What's
know
hero?
Yeah.
You're
Finish your
taking
sentence,
the
Chace.
piss right now. I know you are because you got a goddamn degree in English.
But not Spanish. So
I made C's in lots of Spanish classes, lots of college Spanish classes. I'm super average in lots of Spanish.
congratulations, I'm not even fucking average at that shit. I do think that's one of the things. We're like a world superpower, you know, being American and shit, and everybody here just speaks the one fucking language.
Do they?
To be fair,
Mostly, yeah.
they speak it in lots of other places too because of us.
Yeah.
Because if you want to treat with us,
Well,
you better come correct.
That's kind of what I'm getting at. Is we actually have all sorts of different ethnicities and languages. Granted, English is the dominant one, but there's so many different ones now. You would think that at some point they would start not mandating, but people would just get in their heads like it'd probably be a good idea to let's learn Spanish and let's learn.
I think we're trending that way for sure.
Absolutely.
I think we should.
Lots of elementaries have Spanish
if you
talk.
if you give it probably a couple more generations, you'll probably have a generation of multilingual people.
I agree.
And
That's-
not just like that one guy who can speak like 6 languages and gets all the pussy.
Do you get all the pussy if you?
I don't know. I mean, they act like they do.
They can tell you they do in 6 different languages, so it's awfully convincing.
Right.
hard to tell.
I love the fact that people get so fucking pissed off about like, oh, you come here, you better speak fucking English, and
They can
like I ain't gotta goddamn learn another language, but then they're like they're taking my cursive away. Like I would way rather my kids learn how to speak Spanish than learn how to write in fucking loop-de-loops. You fucking idiot! Fuck off.
My favorite thing about that argument is that those people have a tenuous grasp on English at best.
Right?
I'm talking about dang old 10 years, Grant.
You seen the King of the Hill episode where Boomhauer goes and talks to his mom, and he can't understand. She's like, and he's like, Mom, I can't understand what you're saying. And she's like, I'm gonna put my teeth in. She puts her dentures in. She's like, dang old Boomhauer, goddamn mom, never see it. And he's like, oh, Mom, it's fucking hilarious. Or when he calls 911. And they're like, sir, calm down. And he's like, dang old boom. Calm about.
Have you ever seen the episode where they're firefighters And he's explaining how the situation happened, and everyone else talks like Boomhauer, and he speaks slowly and eloquently when when you're seeing his version of the story.
Yes, it's fucking beautiful. Oh god, that is a show of subtle nuance.
It is.
Like there's the scene where Hank
Mike Judge is great.
Can't get
Great writer.
the can of WD-40 to open,
And
so he
brings
pulls out a
smaller
one.
can.
Out of like a hip holster, like just it's fucking excellent. Peggy is one of the best characters in that show. She's so like underrated. Peggy Hill is fucking awesome
Size 15.
with her hoo-yah and her terrible Spanish.
Espanol.
She accidentally kidnaps a Spanish
And
girl and goes to
she's
Mexico
so
jail.
fucking she's so confident in everything she does, and she has no reason to be.
Well, she was the substitute teacher of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, just in everything
Twice.
she does, even things that don't have to do with teaching Spanish. She's just like she just knows she's right, and she's horribly wrong.
Oh goddamn! And Con, I don't know. Everybody in that show is great. Con and Peggy to me are like the two like unsung heroes of that show.
I feel like that's the same. It's got a quality cast of characters. It's like I wish The Simpsons only went on
Diverse,
for
very
like, only
diverse.
went on for like 13
Yeah,
seasons.
Because
they would have ended on a really high note too, like that show did.
Yeah, Matt really should have given that up and really just focused everything on Futurama, which is actually a really good show.
It is.
Yeah.
And he's got Disenchantment now.
I've not
which
watched
out
that.
there, Disenchantment. It's on Netflix. Matt Groening did it, and it is fucking superb.
It's Graining.
Well, on that
It's
same...
His name is pronounced Graining.
Graining?
I had
It's
a-
not Groening?
No, I had a Quiz Bowl question about this, and I heard them say his name on the show like a few weeks before, and I said that, and the Quiz Bowl guy tried to tell me I was wrong, and we almost got kicked out of the Quiz Bowl because I was emphatic how right I was.
Imagine. I can't fathom a
But I was-
situation in
but
which
I
Chace is
was
obnoxiously right about something.
Fucking right! But it was in fucking 8th grade, and I couldn't pull my phone out and shove it in his face and show him how right I was.
But he didn't know you. He didn't know.
Simpsons.
Obviously. How dare you even have that on your Quiz Bowl question list?
Well, I can't say. Well, yeah, no, I guess that's a different level.
What?
I was gonna say I can't say shit because up until this very moment I thought it was Groening too. But I'm not out here giving people.
Well, I mean, I was
at all.
being super facetious there. But I thought it was groaning for a really long time
But
until I watched the show.
Speaking of Simpsons needing to shut down after a certain amount of years in order to be the, best that they could be, what about South Park?
Oh,
How do
dude.
you guys feel about it?
They've co-opted a style that I think is very good for them. I think they probably won't have like super memorable like stories or episodes like maybe earlier seasons of The Simpsons that people are super like attached to because it's so topical, but fuck it, they're making them money right now. Goddamn.
Right. And still entertaining.
Totally. Like, I don't know how well it would hold up when you get back and watched it in like 5 years because it's so topical, but who the fuck knows? Maybe imagine if that was a time capsule that aliens found.
Well, they have a.
What are you doing?
They've got like texting.
Social media.
You better be. By God, if you're fact checking over there, I'm going to spit on you.
No, I'm not. They I can't almost said she again. They've been on air long enough to the point that where you can go back 5 years and watch that shit, and I have, and it most definitely holds up.
It does.
Like, it is fucking great. Well, I mean, you've got the fucking just Tally alone carries a lot of weight. Like, they're just great. Butters has been around for over 5 years.
No, but like that stuff is like stuff from their original, like as they were building the show. I think within probably within the last four or five seasons, they are super topical in how their stories play out.
Yeah.
That's what I mean.
Very current.
Yeah. Like, I don't know how well that'll hold up, but I also haven't went back and watched any of that in a while.
I think it'll hold up well for those of us that lived through all this shit, but I think probably in 20, 30 years...
And no one will really care, but like, I'm sure there's plenty of kids alive right now that don't appreciate like the first season 3 to 7 of The Simpsons for being the comedic genius that it is.
Right.
Because they're just like, that's that shitty show that's still on TV. But they just, it'll be for who it was for. Like the people that still want to watch Dukes of Hazzard or something.
Right.
I mean, I'm not really shitting on Dukes of Hazzard for any specific reason other than it's just an old show.
You take somebody from Gen Z and tell them to watch Seinfeld. You know what I mean?
I'm working back through that again. It's still good.
It's not for us, but we lived through it.
Right.
So it would be.
Yeah.
We've got history with it. It reeks of nostalgia for us.
I've been rewatching Frasier.
Frasier was a great sitcom. Great sitcom.
I'm really surprised that ran as long as it did, and it's I understand that it's good. I'm not trying to say you got to be smart to understand Frasier,
right?
But just the base premise of it, because a really very a sophisticated type and an intellectual basing a sitcom around them, which he gets in all the same sitcom bullshit. But I'm really surprised that it played as well as it did for as long as it did.
When I was watching Frasier, I was starting college. I was a freshman in college, and it was almost like a warm blanket of a TV show to me. It was something that I could watch, and I knew what I was going to get. It was still entertaining, but it was just something comforting to watch, and it was, like you said, it is intelligent, but you don't have to be super smart or intelligent to appreciate the...
Yeah. I'm not going to gatekeep it or anything, or say it's more than it is. It's just because, show. Like I said, he gets in the same situations that the fucking Flintstones would get into,
exactly,
or something like that.
I think it's one of those shows. It's like listening to Neil deGrasse talk. It has the trappings of intellectualism, but it's not really.
Anyone can enjoy it.
Yeah, you can feel smart watching it.
Yeah.
Well, Neil deGrasse, he has a way of breaking things down that fucking I can understand it. So I know anybody can.
Or any
so
type
it makes
of
me feel smart.
Pop sci type thing, maybe like Vsauce.
Or
Vsauce is not high science, but it is really. Don't put Frasier next to Big Bang Theory.
Well, I'm not saying they're of similar quality. I'm saying they're of the way that somebody like even a dummy can watch it and be like, I'm smart.
Oh yeah,
or
I get that.
Feel like they're smart.
No, I get that. Yeah,
but you don't really have to be smart.
Well, I feel like we're being somewhat derogative towards people who watch Frasier who may not be intelligent.
No, I don't. I'm not trying to be that.
Well,
way.
They won't know.
I'm just saying that. I'm just saying that setting I wouldn't have thought would have played for a successful sitcom. It's like there was a spinoff of Friends about just Joey. And Joey's like a lovable dumb guy, right? And every man, whatever. Everybody likes Joey. Right. Hey, I'm Joey, whatever my name is.
Fatone?
You got 4 seasons out of that stuff, at least. It's on Netflix.
Well, I mean, but all the same, it's not remembered very fondly.
Oh, right? Not at all. I've never watched it.
Cheers was already a really a popular show for a long time.
I see your point.
And then they spun Frasier out of it, and I remember it way better than Cheers.
Frasier's a spinoff of
Cheers, man.
Yeah, Frasier was a character in Cheers.
No shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's cool. Because I don't like Cheers.
I don't either.
See, and that's probably exactly what's going to happen with Seinfeld and shit. It's I didn't go through Cheers, so I don't give a fuck about Cheers.
Exactly. Right.
And in the same way that when I'm trying to explain to my kid that Kramer is one of the best characters ever, they're like, I don't see it.
What if Cheers is really cool and I just have never watched it before?
I mean, I remember watching Cheers, because it would be on TV. My parents were watching it, so I would watch TV in the living room with them.
Did you like Cheers?
I mean,
or were you too young to?
I don't think I was old enough to really understand whether I liked it or not. I would have been 7.
But it's not so far out of our wheelhouse, outside of Seinfeld or Frasier, that we wouldn't.
I feel like if I like those other things, if I like Frasier, I could probably appreciate Cheers. I mean, it's a successful sitcom, so there's got to be something there.
Here's a good thing. Have you ever tried to sit down and watch Cheers? Because I never have.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, so it might be
not since I've become an adult. No.
Well, here's the deal. Here's a crossover. My grandfather loves some MASH. He loves some Cheers, and he also likes The Office. I like The Office.
The Office.
So I'm thinking now, just as it's coming to me, I like The Office. So maybe would I like Cheers also if I give it a shot? I don't know about MASH. MASH seems like a stretch, but I've never watched a full episode of MASH before.
I have a weird appreciation for MASH, but just when I was really young, it used to always come on after the nightly news. It reminds me of bedtime.
It sounds so sad. Yeah, it does remind. It makes me want to sleep.
Yeah.
that sad song makes me want to.
Yeah, the opening song. It doesn't sound very.
Suicide is painless. Yeah, that one. And then it's a comedy. I'm like, what's going on here? I'm all torn.
I mean, well, it is kind of a. I mean, they make some.
That was probably a really upbeat song back in the day. Or so.
Have you ever?
Was that the first crossdresser ever?
You're not allowed to say crossdresser.
Yeah, you are. We went over this.
Is it? Am I messed up again?
Yeah, we went.
Oh shit!
We went over
the
this.
transvestite's the thing you can't say. Crossdresser is okay.
Transvestite is bad.
I just keep
Why can't you
thinking.
say transvestite? I don't understand.
Apparently, it's because it was an older term. So
Transgendered is starting to go on its way.
I need a
out,
handbook
too.
of rules. Or like the thing I put on my forearm.
This is something. Well, we've got a.
We made a whole episode about this.
Yeah, we've got a good.
I know,
friend.
but I don't have that rule or any of those rules.
We've got a friend, this trans dude, Danny.
Yeah.
And he came on and he actually did an episode with us and kind of like
because we had
basically
questions.
showed us where the goalposts are.
Well, yeah, it's
And
important.
that was something I don't remember if we addressed that or not, and if we didn't, I really wish we would have.
The
There does seem to
crossdresser
be-
thing.
No, not that. Just the fact that goalposts seem to be like in flux.
They change.
And
I think they vary on person.
well, I think it's a newer thing, so obviously it's going to for a while. But well, like we did talk about like the N-word used to be, or not the N-word, but like Negro.
Yeah,
it used
like
to be acceptable, but the goalpost is moved to where now that's filthy. You would never say that.
Yeah.
So. And we're watching that happen right now within the transgender
Yeah, dude. Would
community.
you call a black person a Negro?
No, but what bothers...
You get beat the fuck
No,
up.
I know I made a face, but what bothers me is that the NAACP still has that in their title, and that bothers me that they have it in that title.
Give them
I feel like
time,
they
they'll change
shouldn't. And now, it's their word, they can do whatever they want to, but I just feel like it's antiquated.
Do you own a word? I don't think like
No,
the people.
of course not. But by that same thought, we could say anything we want to, and you shouldn't.
That's
you shouldn't.
fair,
You should.
Yeah, it's in
try to
it's in poor
not
taste.
offend people.
To circle back, I
If,
think
if a black man referred to himself as a Negro, that would be fine. I don't give a fuck what you're saying. If a
I know you
black
don't.
man wanted to refer to himself as a Negro, I wouldn't say anything. But I, as a white dude, would never.
And-
Like that would be a shit thing for me to do.
And as a much lesser comparison, we're talking apples to oranges here. If someone gets a doctorate in English and they're like, "Hey, I want to be called Dr. Hanson,"
right.
Well, okay, cool, man. I'll call you Doctor. But if he's like, "Hey, man, just call me Hanson, man, Mr. Hanson. I'm not a real doctor," then I'm like, "All right, Mr. Hanson, whatever you want to be called, dude. You've earned it. I don't care if you want to be called Bozo. I mean, it's what is it on me to call you what you want to be called? It's not a big deal.
No, I agree with
how does it
that.
offend me at all?
But I don't think you can take it upon yourself because the NAACP has Negro in some title or something. I don't think you can, like, as a white dude, take it upon yourself to just start referring to black people as Negroes because you'll get your fucking... You absolutely can, but you're going to get your fucking teeth knocked off.
I'm just saying it offends me that they have Negro in their title, but I'm not black, so who's it upon? Why does it offend me? I don't know. It just seems like a bad word to me, but.
Well, I think we've had it pounded into our heads for like
don't
literally
say that.
since the day
We were born. Our parents said that.
That's a filthy word. You never
Right.
fucking say that. So like we read that and it's like, oh, how dare
Why
they?
the fuck are they still saying this?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's one of those weird things about these goalposts being in flux. Though, is I think we would, as a society, be better served if they were like concreted in and set, and this is where it is. It's not going to move anymore, fellas.
But language is always in flux, like
that's
you
what
said.
I was going to
Yeah.
say. I
Always in
think
flux.
you can't really just cement things in because if you did, like, we might still have like coloreds only signs.
Right. That's exactly right.
Yeah, there's a part
Or
of me
Indian
that
would be
wants to
spelled
be like.
INJUN, engines. I mean, you got to adapt and evolve at some point.
There's a part of me that wants to rail against that because it's just kind of like, what is a fucking word? Like, it's just
Can I?
like I feel like I like there's a part of me that's like it's just context.
I
you know?
understand that, and I think that is a end game version of humans where they have gotten to the point that they're beyond that.
So I'm better than everybody. Thanks, Chace. Chace just said that I am better than everybody.
He is implying that.
Yeah.
Well,
Let's let him speak,
you think
though.
you are. You think you are.
Well, you think that. You just said it.
No, I said
In-game.
that concept is.
That you have about me.
No, I don't think that about you. I
That's
think
what-
that
let the
about
man
that.
speak. He's got
I think
thought.
that about
He's got
that
thought.
that idea. I don't even know what I was going to say anymore because
Yeah.
Dickface McGee over here.
Yeah.
Well, to circle back to the original point, that was probably the first cross-dresser on television. At least in
I think so. That I can remember.
in that role. So yeah.
But remember crossdresser? We were so freaked out that crossdresser's been around for so long.
Yeah, that's
it still
what
wasn't
that's
bad.
kind of what sparked all that because the whole thing was like that word's been around for a long time. Surely it's bad.
You know, why was there no outrage whenever Radar was that? I think it was Radar. Radar was cross-dressing as a woman.
No,
on Madden.
Radar was the little George Costanza looking dude.
Oh, he did like George Costanza. Well, whoever the gentleman who always tried to get
I
out
think his
of
name. I think his name was Klinger.
Klinger.
I've seen a
I
lot
think
of-
you're right.
I've
Oh, the
seen
tall, skinny dude?
That dressed like
Always
a woman.
wore a dress all
Yeah.
the time?
That's him.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I watched a lot of MASH. Like,
But he's trying to
I
get out
absorbed
of
it
the
through
army.
osmosis because like people would have it on like TV Land when I was in the nursing home.
Well, that's
so
what
it
my
would be on
grandfather
TV.
did too. You know.
I bet that's why they gave him a pass is because it was sort of like winking at yeah, we don't let these motherfuckers in the army.
But at the same time though, like they put that character in there. They didn't really highlight. Like he was just there and he was himself.
Well,
I prefer that to like this like let's put this front and center and like look at us. We put a cross-dresser there. Aren't you proud of us? Aren't we progressive? Like just no. They just put that guy there and he was there.
That sort of performative, obnoxious, like
Yeah.
you're getting your woke points and shit.
Yeah.
Gonna cash them in for a nice plastic ring.
Yeah.
you know something I noticed the other day I was watching The Office for the umpteenth time on Netflix, and there's an episode where
You do.
Dwight's man that he's hired after he owns the office comes in, and it's for he's Belschnickel, you know, and it's for his classic Christmas, and he's Belschnickel, and
Yes.
he brings in the black boy, the man who is painted in blackface.
Yeah.
And we always remember that part of the episode, and it's very derogatory, but it's also funny and it's in good taste. However, on the Netflix version of The Office, the whole scene is cut out. It's not there anymore.
Well, the reason it's kind of like...
But here's my point. MASH still has dude dressing as a woman and come in and
Do you know what else MASH has?
Let him finish.
No, I'm bolstering his argument. Do you know what else MASH has? Do you know what the black guy's code name was?
What's that?
Spear Chucker.
No.
I swear to God. Okay, I will grant this. Look it up. Look it
Somebody
up right
look
now.
it up, man. I don't know.
I'm on it right now because
I am not lying. I would not say that if it weren't true.
all right, we're checking it out. This is incredible podcast radio right
This
here.
is all right. This is amazing. But
MASH Spear Chucker. Oh, MASH Spear Chucker Jones racist. First thing comes up. Whatever happened to Spear Chucker?
that was his name. That was what they called him, dude.
I don't even want to search any further because I don't want it on my phone. I just.
I don't want
gross.
I don't want
Right?
Spear Chucker.
So he's right.
Can you imagine?
I didn't
wonder
doubt you. I was just hoping that you were wrong.
I wonder how that dude felt. Like if he was just like, he's like, man, I'm acting. I'm on a fucking popular TV show. Fuck it, gotta eat.
Well,
Right.
that's my point, though. It's like, so Netflix cutting out stuff on The Office about someone in blackface, and great, that's fine. I may or may not agree with what they're doing because I didn't think it was in that bad a taste necessarily. However, obviously what's going on in MASH is in bad taste, calling a dude Spear Chucker and having a guy dress up like a woman. They're making fun of him all the time, and it's running on syndicated TV late night all the time.
Well, I mean, late night when we were kids, that was primetime TV. Like the dude, like the series finale of MASH was like one of the highest rated things on TV.
So you're saying it's about money?
What do you mean?
Well, you say, the series finale of MASH was one of the highest rated.
Yeah, for a long time, that was like one of the highest rated things on television.
Right, but it's still playing on lots of shit right now. Like Nick at Night is running this stuff uncensored all the time.
That's like maybe it just isn't on enough people's
So
minds.
is Nick at Night the OAN?
Dude, you're so old that
television
Nick at
shows.
Night isn't a thing anymore.
No, but it is.
No,
It
it's
is
not.
Nick at
It's
Night,
called TV
the One
Land.
America, the
TV
News Max of TV shows. Nick at Night's propagating all kinds of racist shit.
Dude,
right now.
Nick at Night doesn't exist anymore. It's TV Land. There's a whole channel.
Or
for
TV
that
Land,
shit.
what the fuck the equivalent thereof is on
Get it right,
streaming
Grandpa.
stuff. All right, I didn't know what bougie meant. Okay, I'm sorry.
I wanted to say something.
I love how old you are.
You're older than me.
I appreciate it so much.
About The Office and the blackface, Netflix removing it and stuff. I understand why Netflix did. I get that has become a really, really fucking sensitive subject, and they, as a business, they don't want to step on people's toes because it's bad business,
Right?
And it's not that big of a deal to cut that bit out of one fucking episode.
You still get the implication.
Yeah, it's not that fucking big of a deal. But I would make the argument that, like Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder doing blackface for the entire show,
We're gonna go this way.
that was fucking hilarious because it was showing how absolutely fucking preposterous this shit is.
Yeah.
Yes,
It was showing how absolutely wrong it is to do this.
Yeah,
Like
they address it through the whole movie.
Yeah, that was the whole fucking point. And with the Office, like, you remember the dude gets out of the car and he's walking in and he gets a phone call from Dwight and just immediately, without missing a beat, turns around and walks back. And that was where the show finally, like, they build up this situation and then at the end they give this note like, yes, this is shitty.
You're right,
Like,
exactly. They
that's the
acknowledge
whole point.
in that
Dwight,
scene.
being who Dwight is, of course didn't realize it until the last fucking second.
Not because he's racist, but because he's fucking Dwight.
Yeah, and same thing with Michael Scott giving Oscar a kiss.
Perfect example.
Like, that was, like, it was acknowledging how fucking wrong his behavior and his attitude was by making a preposterous situation.
Even more preposterous.
Yeah. And that's what The Office did all the way around. They would just make things, like, really cringy and to the point, and then it would break over and give you this release like, okay, they get it now. You know. But... and again, I understand why Netflix cut it. It's a really sensitive thing.
Sure.
I would too.
I would have too.
Yeah. But in defense of The Office, initially even doing the part, good on y'all, it was fucking hilarious. I get it. I'm sorry it's hitting at a bad time now.
Well, I think it's just, you're getting into a whole other situation that's probably been around for a while, but a lot of people are talking about it more now in the last year about what's okay, like, what parts of, is comedy, is everything okay to make jokes about, or is everything not? Like, and like you said, there are some ways you could make that joke, and like, no dude, that's not okay, that's fucking stupid.
Absolutely.
Like some dumbass kid on Facebook dressing up in blackface and throwing up, like, gangster signs or whatever.
Or Bill Clinton going in blackface to a Halloween costume
Exactly.
party.
Which was a lot more common back then. I'm sure there of the crowd whose grandparents probably had the little black Sambo figurines and things like that.
My grandma did too.
Lots of people did.
Yep.
It was just a thing.
There was
episodes of Looney Tunes where instead of Elmer Fudd, there was the little black Sambo dude.
You're right.
Mm-hmm.
You're right.
Because it was just fucking there. Like, I'm not saying that's okay. I'm just saying, like, I'm saying that's a poor version of that. Like, and then there are other, like, I think the Tropic Thunder example is a really good one, where, like, you're presenting the situation, you're addressing it, and you're showing how ridiculous it is. And people should be able to know through that it's dumb, and let's make fun of it, but let's not have a cow.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like it's
I think it's okay to make fun of.
Yeah.
You know, which is what they're doing. I think the problem with, like, Little Black Sambo being like Elmer Fudd and shit like that is that a lot of people it wasn't so much making fun, people were celebrating it.
Yeah.
And that's where it's wrong. It's a really delicate thing. It can be funny, and that's where I think, like, The Office, Robert Downey Jr., like, they handled it really well, and it was funny because they were pointing out how fucking stupid it is.
Yeah.
You're right. However, in the time that we live in right now, even what Robert Downey Jr. did is offensive to many, many people. And I think that's where the point of emphasis is that there's a party that believes it was appropriate and a party that believes that it wasn't appropriate. And, you know, where do you stand? You know, there's...
Who's right and who's wrong?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it was a very poignant observation of him and a portrayal of something that was farcical. However, that portrayal is now being goofed on and called racist. I don't feel that way about it, and I don't feel like I'm racist either, though. You know.
I mean, I don't know. I mean,
Only
do you have like a comedy, like a board?
Who's the judge?
Where they, like, evaluate stuff, be like, this is quality satire. This is horrible racist dog shit. Well, and then they stamp it, and then if it's stamped, it's like, okay, you can enjoy this, and if you don't like it, just ignore it. But because it's like, that's fucking stupid. That's really dumb. But at the same time, I don't know if you're really right to deny someone their feelings because they feel
No, not at all.
Also, on that same movie though, I'm surprised. I'm sure there's other people that have said stuff about this. There's a line that they say about Ben Stiller and why his movie didn't work out. It's like you never go full retard.
What was the character's name?
I think it's Simple Sam or Simple something.
It's Simple something. It's not Sam because there's
because they reference like Sam I Am because
there's the I Am Sam.
Because they were like that's a bad example. They were like you have to you have to do it like Forrest Gump. You have to it's fine line. You got to do it just right.
That's why that movie is so ahead of its time. It really was. I mean, it was a comedy, but it was commenting on so many. It was commenting on so many social agendas. Yeah. Before its time, for sure.
At the same time, there's also that part where Robert Downey Jr. pops up and just says that, they say they're farmers, and he just pops up and says, "We're lead farmers, motherfucker." It's like, that's too cool of a line to be in this comedy movie. And he starts shooting people. It was kind of, I was like, you don't have any right to do something that cool in this movie.
That whole movie was cool.
Do you guys know what Robert Downey Jr.'s IQ is?
106.
78.
It's 148.
I believe it.
Does he achieve all 148 of those points though?
Well, according to what he says he is on Howard Stern, it's like 148. It's genius level. It's some high shit. And
wait. He just said that? This is in the document?
He claimed it. But I mean,
fuck. Well, hey, guess what?
Well, he had to take a test. Where's the test?
Yeah, mine's 149. What's up?
Mine's 169.
I'm just saying.
Nice.
Why?
Nice.
What's yours?
169.
No shit, dude. That's awesome.
It's nice.
Yeah, what's yours?
It's 138.
No, we're not. We're lying.
That's why I said.
That's what we're saying.
That's why I said 69.
We're all better than Robert Downey Jr. That's what we're saying.
180.
See, we know better. That's why we would have never done blackface and tried. We're so much smarter. I don't know, man. I also think it's odd that like Jack Black and like he gets a complete fucking pass. Like he was in that movie, and Tom Cruise, who is a genuine psychopath.
Oh, he is. Oh, yes.
Who is the Matthew McConaughey? Like all these people were in this movie.
Was Matthew McConaughey in that movie?
Yeah, he was Ben Stiller. Is it Ben Stiller? He was his like secretary or something that kept trying to get him his TiVo.
Yeah, you're right.
That got bazooka agent. Like he threw it at the very end and it blocked a bazooka or some shit. But best agent ever.
Yeah.
But yeah, all of these people were in this fucking movie, and all of them get a fucking pass. Like they all read the script, they all acted with him, they all did the interviews and promoted the movie and reaped the benefits of it, and they all get an absolute fucking pass. But because Robert Downey Jr. was the one in that role, like he's the one that's vilified for it, and I think that's absolutely horseshit. Like,
vilified for it.
Not anymore. Not anymore.
I think they tried to, sort of unsuccessfully, because he's fucking Iron Man. And he died.
Was he even Iron Man at that point?
No. But
when he was starting to get vilified,
that's all we know him as is.
When he was starting to get vilified, had just started into the Iron Man role.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that's another thing altogether too. It's like, why do you have to be so famous, or you have to be like certified funny or whatever it is to make certain jokes, right? That's the only way you can really get away with them.
You're right.
I think that has a lot.
Like
does have a lot to do with it. But also, I think you get to that level with understanding, like Louis C.K. or Dave Chappelle. You get to that level by understanding how to handle this stuff delicately and turn it into a joke.
Right. You're right. You don't get.
Let the man speak, Chace. Goddamn.
No, go ahead, Chace.
Yeah, I started first.
I don't care.
Anyway, what I was going to say is you don't get to that level making shitty jokes. Obviously, you have a. You're known for being funny. You have a... whatever you want to call it. God, tell me what I mean, Jed.
Well, when you set yourself on a pedestal, you kind of put a bullseye on your forehead.
Just kind of ate shit there.
Yeah, that's sidekick shit, dude.
with Louis C.K., for example, like you just mentioned, of course, he gets to that level where he can say whatever he wants to, but then you open yourself up to your personal life. And when you jack off in front of a bunch of people, you get called on the floor about it. and all of a sudden your stardom just goes down the drain. Because Dave Chappelle did not do that. Yet he said the same things that Louis Chappelle had.
Talking about fucking feet and stuff.
Louis Chappelle?
Louis C.K.
Oh my god, and the world would end.
This is like fucking Dave Chappelle and Louis C.K.
Amalgam Universe.
Dragon Ball
Louis
Z.
Chappelle.
For a half hour, they're the greatest comedian in the galaxy.
Like in Steven Universe, the gems combined.
Oh my god. Both of them could say anything they wanted to until one of them screwed up in their personal life to where they were called upon by people. And now Dave Chappelle is a king, a dadgum king of comedy. We all can agree that Dave Chappelle's incredible.
He's a goat.
And Louis C.K., I think, is a great comedian as well.
Still is. I don't know if you've heard any of his new shit.
No, I have.
He's goddamn funnier than ever.
But who is marketable?
Oh, not Louis C.K.?
No, not at all.
He's
That's my point.
He's funnier than ever, but it's also because, in his own words, oh, fuck you, what are you going to do, take away my birthday?
Well, he's got fuck you money.
Yeah, he definitely does.
He does, but at the same time, he also had Dave Chappelle telling people, like, you guys need to chill the fuck out.
Yeah.
Because he did. He went to bat for him.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle he got some shit over that, too.
Like, why did that bitch stay on the phone with him?
Chappelle has a stamp right now.
You can just hang up.
Doesn't Chappelle have the comedian stamp where he can say, this man's legit?
I think he's had that for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Louis, I think...
I mean, like, Louis C.K. didn't that.
Louis C.K. didn't because he's white. And I say that because if you're a black comedian, then you're the minority, so you can speak on behalf of minorities, especially if you are a black piece of like Dave Chappelle is, and that's why he had the stamp.
But as a white comedian, you can't speak on blacks.
Well, Dave Chappelle, being a minority, can speak upon minority issues, which are big enough to be issues. Louis C.K. can't. And that's strictly because he's white. So Dave Chappelle has, he's got the stamp, like he's just better suited for it. Because of his race. Sorry, I know that's unfair, sorry Louis, but that is...
Well, that's how it is.
You know. And also, I don't know, man, they're both really fucking funny.
They are, but I mean, I don't know.
But also,
I love the Louis C.K. show. I mean, I love the Dave Chappelle show, too. I mean, I won't lie.
What's that show? Louis,
yeah. I've never seen it. I knew it was a thing, but I never watched it.
It was really funny.
It is. It's also sort of, like, really thought-provoking, too.
And dark? Oh, it's dark. Oh, it's dark.
Was the one where the kid threatened him in the coffee shop, and he, like, threatened to beat, like, a high school kid, like a Letterman. Threatened to beat him, but a big fucking kid was threatening him to, like, beat the shit out of him and stuff. And Lou was like, what the fuck? And, so anyways, he winds up following this kid home. And meets the kid's dad, and apparently the dad has been really abusive towards him. And then the dad, you find out that the dad, his dad, was abusive towards him, and Louis like, well, how is that working out for you? You know, and it turns into this whole, like, really just dark look on, like, the cycle of, you know, abuse.
It's like when Mac and Charlie gets a BMX bikes, and they get one stolen, and they beat the fucking shit out of those kids.
Oh my god!
That one was funny because it was so goddamn. It was two grown ass men beating the fuck out of kids.
They're just stomping the shit out of these fucking kids.
This wasn't that funny, and it wasn't even supposed to be funny. It was really kind of analyzing like the cycle of abuse. It just got all real all of a sudden. What It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia was doing was just showing some absolutely absurd situation where two grown men are just cleaning house on like 9 kids.
Say that again.
What? Louis C.K.
Was hilarious.
It was
absurd.
Absurd.
Yeah, that's how he says absurd.
We covered this didn't we?
I don't give a fuck. No, I'm saying absurd because it's easier for me to say, and I'm just going to go on with it.
No, I mean, I've always noticed that you said it different. I just never commented on it.
I don't give a fuck.
It's like it's whatever.
Yeah, I just don't care.
Okay.
Cheers to you, bud.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on.
I like one of the things I do like about Dave Chappelle, though. He said something one time about he feels that he's more comedian than he is black. Because he looks at what's that place, like the Laugh Factory, where Kramer went down. Yeah. He's like, I look at this and all I can think is about Kramer fucking up. He's like, yeah, he said all that stuff at the same time. I look at it and all I can think is like, guy's having a bad set.
He didn't think racist at all. He's like, dang, you shouldn't say that.
I'm sure he did, but he's like, there's also a part of me that's like, he's having a bad set.
I'm just feeling bad for him, like, oh man.
But I mean, is Kramer really racist, or did he just have a bad set? Did he think something would be funny? Like Body Hill. Again, Body Hill. Going on, Buddha Shacks comedy down at the bar and breaking out some really racist stuff and just thinking, hey,
where my Aryans
it's going to kill. It's going to kill, man.
You know, I could...
Misreading the crowd and the situation and the society.
I don't think because a person flips out and says some racist shit, I don't think that they're a bad person any more than I think a person that tells a lie is a liar.
They fucked up.
I think people fuck up, you know, and I will
true.
I will expect people to stop acting like people when I do. You know, I'm 35, I'm going on 36 here pretty soon. You know, I've lived that fucking long, and I'm still desperately trying to figure this shit out. And there's everything's fucking working against me to figure it out. And same thing with everybody. It's a story for everybody. So, I mean, I think we would all be better served if we were more forgiving with one another, and so that everyone would be more forgiving.
Right.
Us.
When give someone a chance, like, yeah, they.
And that's not to say, like, let lifetime racists be fucking assholes and it's fine to, you know, go extremes with it. But I mean, like, when Kramer flips out and has a bad set and drops an N-bomb, like... I
mean, he went a little deeper.
I mean, his career is ruined, guys. Okay, like, let's leave him alone. You know?
Right. Well, I mean, the onus is on that person to, you know, rebuild those bridges. I mean, you shouldn't excuse anything that they do, but you should also be willing to say, like, you know, maybe they just fucked up.
Well, I don't know if
and not trying to crucify someone because they made a mistake and be like, yeah, we won a battle. Let's put another notch, another tally mark for today. Like, all right, where the crusade is ongoing.
All right. I don't know if y'all noticed now, but Jerry Seinfeld went on, I believe it was Leno, and Kramer, I can't remember that guy's name, but he basically went on with him.
Yeesh.
And, like, was profusely apologizing, and the crowd was, like, laughing and shit, and even Jerry Seinfeld was like, no, y'all stop, like, listen to him, like, I know this is funny for you guys, but this is really painful for him, it's really painful for me. He's a good friend of mine, and he fucked up, he knows he fucked up, and he's genuinely sorry about it, like,
that was,
like, come on, like,
Leno?
Yeah, this is on, it's on TV, like, I mean, you can YouTube this shit, but I mean, the dude was... Like, he fucked up. That's all it was. He fucked up. I don't think he's a racist person.
Did he, or was that the boomer version of a YouTube apology?
I don't know. It looked like he was about to fucking cry, dude.
Just like a YouTuber. Apologizing.
They're not the same.
They're
not the same.
Are they?
They're not the same.
You know, but I don't know anyone who, in private, hasn't said something that, if it was known publicly, they would say, damn, I wish I could take that back. Whether it be in jest, or to someone they love, or over something they feel passionate about in the moment, or maybe they're drunk or high or whatever the case may be. I feel like we've all said things that were like, dadgum, why the fuck did I say that?
Absolutely.
You know, the next morning we just wish we could take it back.
Everyone had to delete an episode.
Yeah, we did.
We had to delete a whole fucking episode. It was a bad episode anyways.
Oh my god.
Shit!
Pause it.
Fuck!
Pause. We got a situation.
God, you scared the shit out of me.
Spooky bitch.
God damn it. Totally professional.
These scratchers are yours.
I won $7 while we were off the air.
Yeah, I guess. So the development was
Mixing whiskey.
My youngest child decided to cut her hair.
Why? What's wrong with not the kid? What did you just do?
I mixed a little whiskey with some beer.
Why?
It's good.
That's gross. You're gross.
It's good beer and a good
You're
whiskey.
not cultured anymore.
Two goods. It's
no,
not
you're
like
not cultured.
I take that.
You don't appreciate.
Oh, he's walking out on this.
A good biscuit.
No, you take a pull of whiskey and you chase it with some beer.
Is it not the same?
No,
it's the same.
You nasty motherfucker.
That is kind of like a level of psychopathic drinking. Whenever you're diluting your whiskey with beer.
The word mix implies that they are together. So is it not different for them being together now or in your mouth?
It's like, I don't know, man. Like,
do you dip your mashed potatoes in your peas?
Like, I know people that smoke meth, and I know people that shoot it up. And it's
both meth.
It's the same thing, but one is kind of grosser than the other. Like, they're both kind of gross, but the one is
Apples and oranges.
That's greasy.
Apples and oranges. It may be greasy. I'm not.
No, I heard that mashed potato comment. That's like fucking putting you want to dip your chocolate chip cookie in your mashed potatoes? No, that's fucking gross. Those don't mix. You don't mix beer and whiskey in a cup and drink it. You take a pull of whiskey out of the bottle, and then you have a
you
drink
don't
of
get
beer.
to say shit. You don't even drink.
I still know how to.
Fair fucks.
So,
I don't like endorse prohibition or anything. I drink every now and then. I just don't drink often.
a pull of whiskey
Yeah.
and then a sip of beer to chase it.
Just chase it. You don't pour it all in the same cup like some fucking 7-Eleven concoction for like some idiocracy bullshit.
I would say until you've tried it, it's hard to knock it.
That sounds like some 14-year-old shit's what it sounds like.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
It's the exact opposite.
Yeah, no. I was about to say this sounds like some grandpa alcoholism.
No, it doesn't. It sounds shit.
This sounds like some 10+ years of alcoholism at work.
No, this sounds like something I did when I was 17 because that's what I did.
You would mix whiskey and beer when you were 17
in a cup, and like this will be fun. No, it wasn't. It sucked. And it was stupid and gross.
Would you like to try this?
No,
because you weren't an alcoholic.
I don't understand how different concoctions implies that you're an alcoholic.
I'm not saying
it's
that.
It's just a taste.
Mixing whiskey and beer is some like next level psychopathic drinking.
I'm saying that you're disgusting, and you might as well be mixing peanut butter and jelly and mashed potatoes, like not the sandwich.
Just it's some psychopath
pour
shit.
Peanut butter and jelly in with your mashed potatoes. Be like, oh, it's all mixed together. They're all good.
Ernest Hemingway.
I was gonna
dead.
He ate peanut butter sandwiches.
All of his opinions
are dead.
He ate peanut butter sandwiches with onions on them, and it's very good.
Wait, what?
A peanut butter sandwich with slices of onions. The bread, the peanut butter, and the onion all mixed together.
All artists are fucked in the head.
I'm just telling you, it's not something that you would typically try, but it's a very excellent taste to the palate. You should give this a shot.
You've done that. You've had a peanut butter and onion sandwich.
Yes. I don't do it in front of people because I'd be laughed at, just like you guys are goofing on me right now. However, it's a nice meal.
No, you're a fanboy.
You ever eaten man?
Absolutely not.
People fried people?
Have I eaten man?
Yeah, people fried people.
No.
You stuttered a little bit the first time I said that.
What seems like a silly question?
I'd eat a man. I'm going to go ahead and put that out there.
Would you
out there
in a desperate situation?
What is the circumstance?
If any of y'all have a man to offer up, I'll eat him.
Oh, okay. You'll just have one.
I'll have one. I'll have a man.
Now, okay, this opens up a whole new topic here. What is the strangest thing you've ever eaten? Let me throw mine out there. I've eaten cow tongue and cow head. Cow lingua.
I mean, I've had a cow tongue taco.
Cow lingua y cabeza. Have you tried that before? I've
had a cow tongue taco, yeah.
It's not so bad. It tastes like roast.
Yeah, but you know what? I didn't pour fucking honey on it or fucking some weird thing that didn't go there.
Oh my God, Chase, get over it.
No.
We're moving on, bud. Train's leaving.
He brought the train back.
He's asking what's the strangest thing, and you're just hung up on the whole whiskey beer thing and making this.
But yeah, he's offering up
to some.
He's offering up cow tongue like I would be like okay,
similar foods.
He's offering up cow tongue because that's like I've had a cow tongue taco. It's fine. Like having a strange exotic meat, quote unquote exotic, is not the same as doing weird gross shit like putting onions on peanut butter sandwiches.
But you're missing the point. We've moved on. Train has left the station. New topic is what's the weirdest shit you've ever eaten? It's not.
No, it was you.
It's not what disgusting analogy can we make about Jay drinking whiskey and beer.
No,
Rusty Shackleford.
No,
that's what I said.
Because you were so absorbed in yourself, you didn't hear him asking me the question. The cadence he had, it was directly related to everything else.
It was.
Yeah, so suck it.
It was a spinoff. Frasier is not Cheers.
I can divulge into two different conversations at the same time.
Well, we're not going to do that. Okay, so let's go ahead and go down that road. The weirdest thing I've ever eaten? I don't know, because honestly, I'm kind of basic when it. I mean, I'll try stuff.
You ate cow tongue. That's not the most normal.
I don't know, dude. Have you been to D-Queen? Cow tongue tacos be everywhere. It's pretty.
Is this true?
It's pretty normalio.
I felt like I was.
You think you were cultured?
I thought I was like,
Oh, D Queen has
sophisticated.
no, what's the word I'm looking for?
Well traveled. Anthony Bourdain over here.
Oh my gosh. Who's the guy that charged down the river and he was looking for different land and Clark was it
Lewis and Clark?
I thought it was the Lewis and Clark.
You were pioneering foods.
Yes, I felt like it. Whenever I went to
somebody else made handed to you.
Whenever I went to that Mexican taco stand there in Hot Springs and ate cowhead. Cowhead now, let me tell you about cowhead. They explained it to me. It's the meat they shave off the daggum skull and they just put it in a pot and boil it.
Yeah, it's poor people food.
It is, and it's roast.
Struggle.
But it's a good
food.
roast.
Yeah.
It's a good roast. I mean, you sprinkle a little lime on it, some cilantro. It's not a bad meat. Erin wouldn't eat it. I tried. She wouldn't eat it.
I would try it. I've never had it offered to me, though.
Did I say that?
You did.
What I meant was...
I'm too lazy to edit
Peggy
this.
Hill.
Erin.
Peggy Hill.
Peggy Hill?
Yes.
You wish.
She has
Nancy,
nice, large feet.
Nancy Shackleford.
Nancy Shackleford. Yes, Nancy. When
Nancy
Redcorn's not around.
Nancy Redcorn.
Not anymore. You bowed out.
The weirdest thing I've ever eaten.
All the
Jeez,
inside
dude.
jokes.
Cow tongue's probably it.
Maybe, I don't know, but I don't even think it's weird. It seems
pretty
weird, but
By our standards, I don't eat the tongue of anything else.
what's the weirdest thing you've eaten?
I really don't know. I'm super.
Pickled pig's feet? Anybody ever eaten pickled pig feet?
Mm-mm.
I haven't either. It seems super gross.
I ate alligator. I ate emu.
I've eaten alligator. I've never
had
tried
emu.
emu. Never
I've
either.
had alligator. Like I love frog legs. Frog legs are the shit.
I ate
Yeah,
frog
they're good.
legs.
Super good.
I didn't like them.
Why is it that stuff like that tastes like chicken? Like everybody says, oh, it tastes like chicken, but it really kind of fucking does.
It's because chicken is it's mostly what people associate
Ground
with
zero?
chicken is like yeah.
Also because
The breast
they're
meat
like
stuff,
they're
it's just a
usually
non-flavor.
like frog legs are usually like just fried white.
Everything's
meat.
fried.
It's
and
fried
chicken's
white
fried,
meat, so like
okay,
it
that
has
makes
something
sense.
there.
Yeah.
To me, I don't think I see why people do, and I'm sure the first time I had it, I thought the same thing. It's like frog legs to me have like a weird like fishy but not fishy taste.
They do, yeah.
Like it's somewhere like I don't know,
Amphibian.
an amphibious taste.
It's like chicken with a vague like
Hint of fish.
There's a hint of pussy.
It might hop.
Pussy, earthy pussy tones.
Yes, earthy.
Oh, pussy tones.
It's sort of like quasi-aquatic pussy.
You're not
Gator.
wrong. You're not wrong.
Gator was I didn't like it, and that's probably the weirdest.
Man,
I ate shark.
I went to a friend's one time and they were grilling what turned out to be deer meat. It was grilled deer meat, but it was just grilled meat that they were making.
Fucking.
And they told me
favorite,
it was rattlesnake, and I was like, "Oh shit, really?" And like,
I've heard that's good.
and I was like, they were like, "Yeah, it's rattlesnake." Like, "Oh fuck yeah, I'll eat some rattlesnake," and I ate it, and it was delicious. And I thought I ate rattlesnake for like 2 hours. They're like, "No, dude, that was deer." I was like, "Oh," I got sad.
It's a letdown, right?
Yeah, I thought I had rattlesnake. I thought I was fucking adventurous.
You were ready to expand your horizons.
I thought I was Anthony Bourdain before I even knew who the guy was.
You know, my dad once said this thing.
You're not going to hang yourself while jacking off, but you're going to eat some good food,
Hey,
right?
that's David Carradine. Anthony Bourdain did what he did on purpose.
It's also the dude from Lincoln Park. I'm pretty sure that's what he did.
Yeah, we talked about him the other day, too. Actually, no, Hunter didn't say that the lead singer of Linkin Park hung himself. He said that Linkin Park hung himself. Just Linkin Park.
He is the entity that
Yes.
is known as Lincoln Park.
Which reminds me of this joke from
No, first I said it wasn't even Lincoln Park.
Chester Moreland is Lincoln Park.
It reminds me of this gag from The Simpsons where Homer talks about, like...
Well, he must have
calls
been
like
no more Lincoln fucking Park.
He's talking to Mel Gibson, and he's talking about how much he likes his movies, and he calls like that movie Payback, but he calls the main character Payback. And it makes me think of like that's why like every time someone talks about Halo, I just call Master Chief the Halo.
No, Fast and Furious. Whenever Vin Diesel does some shit. Fast and Furious.
He's fast.
Fat as shit.
Paul Walker is fast, and Vin Diesel is furious.
That's funny shit.
Okay, we had my butthole clenched up real good there. I thought we lost a bunch of audio, but we didn't.
Technical difficulty.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're back.
I mean, when you really get into it like that, you need to keep going.
Yeah.
So, Paul Walker.
Oh no!
Was he the Diesel or the Vin?
Are we gonna?
No, he's the
The Furious or the Fast?
He was fast.
This
Vin
is a
Diesel-
serious conversation. I
Vin
need you guys
Diesel-
to absolutely take this seriously. Okay,
Vin
so
Diesel is
Fast
furious. He's pissed off all the time. He's grumpy.
But he was
faced.
fast
Fun fact
occasionally.
about Vin Diesel: he plays D&D.
He does.
He did a thing with Matt Mercer of Critical Role. Shout out to my good close personal friend Matt Mercer from Critical Role. We hang out.
Nah, he wants to come on, but he's not on our level yet. He couldn't handle my D&D.
Sorry, Matt. Keep working, bud.
You'll
get that.
I would explode your brain if you had to DM me.
Hey, Matt.
That's
Rusty Shackleford.
Rusty Shackleford here. Can we just do the rest of this episode just us talking to Matt Mercer?
Just talking to Matt Mercer?
Yeah.
Hey,
like,
Matt.
Like Rusty can get to know him.
Okay.
Go. You got, hey, no, I would love to know, Matt.
You had this serious question that you were going with.
Yeah, so like I was thinking about Vin Diesel and the whole aspect of him not being in any new movies right now. However, we've got you got Fast and Furious, from the past, and you got The Rock coming in and stuff. But when you think about Fast and Furious, you think about who is fast and who is furious. And the thing about Vin Diesel is he's both fast and furious, but then that negates Paul Walker, and you shouldn't negate Paul Walker at all because dadgum, obviously he was fast,
No, wait. I've got the perfect analogy. It's like this, okay?
He was super fast.
Paul Walker is just fast. Vin Diesel is fast and furious. He's the middle ground, and you have The Rock, who is furious.
Oh,
It's kind of like it's kind of like an old arcade
he's real furious.
like an old arcade beat 'em up where you have
Donkey Kong.
a guy who's really fast, a guy who's like the mid range, and one who's all power.
That doesn't work because you would have the Fast, the Furious, and the...
No, one is fast, one is furious, one is fast and furious. He's a combination of both.
Who's number 3 or 4 or 5 though?
Who cares?
Yeah, because you just made this...
And who's
whole
Tokyo?
fucking quagmire
Who's
of-
Tokyo?
The kid from Sling Blade.
And who's Drift?
And why? Well, that's true. I
I like the way you talk.
Fast and Furious and Tokyo Drift. Ain't right. You should not have done that. There ain't no gas in it. He should have slowed down. He's just a boy.
He was!
He's just a boy. I aim to kill you with it.
Dwight Yoakam's in that movie. He's great.
Yeah.
Oh, he's a great actor. Oh, Dwight Yoakam's such a good actor.
Dude, the kid's throwing fucking shit at him. He's like, I fucking hate you. He's like, I fucking hate you too.
I love Dwight Yoakam because Dwight Yoakam's character is like half of my high school class that I fucking grew up with today.
Talk about, you better bring the meat wagon.
Oh my god.
Holy.
Bring a hearse. Bring a hearse. Mustard. Hearse. He's dead. Just got turned his hand clean off. Hey, real story. Rusty Shackleford once worked at the asylum where this was filmed. There right outside of Bryant, Arkansas.
You did?
I did. Yes.
No shit.
Taught GED classes there for the work release
that's where
inmates.
you did that.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! Actually, this is
True story.
fuck. This is going to be a long
there.
podcast, dude. Because
Well, it can't be too long because I have to work.
This is true.
it's only what time is it? It's only 8:40. You good? You fine?
Yeah, but went there
that?
and was working on some GD classes for some inmates, trying to help them, better themselves and whatnot, and
Now,
realized
are you
that
working on some specific type of classes, or are you just working on some goddamn classes?
no, I was helping some inmates in the work release program.
Is that what GD is standing for in this situation?
What do you mean?
General education.
I thought you were
Correct.
saying just GD classes, right?
No, GED.
Oh,
He was
I thought-
he was in this place with inmates that were qualified to be released or whatever, and he was getting them their GED so that when
I
they
thought
were released, they could.
I thought you were just saying GD, so I was confused whether you were just shortening goddamn or if you were something else. Okay, my bad. Continue.
No, we're at this work release unit right outside of Bryant in Haskell, and we were getting these guys their GED if they wanted it, and we were going through stuff, and I realized while I was working there that this was also where they filmed the opening and closing scenes of Sling Blade, and it was kind of cool. I told the guys there that were incarcerated there. I say working, incarcerated there. They were also working. That hey, guess what? And they didn't give a shit. They were just trying to get the hell out of there. However, it was neat for me that cool movie had been filmed at this place where I was working.
Right? They probably would appreciate it more if they had aced that movie to not been in prison.
Yeah, when you're in prison, it kind of dampens the effect of anything that's cool. You're just
it's like, I'm in prison.
Yeah. A lot of cool guys there, honestly. Lots of guys that just got mixed up in a bad situation, trying to get out of there. However, I would show up wearing khakis and a polo, and I'd go down there and I'd teach. And the thing about your common work release unit is that there's lots of turnover in the guards. So it's a minimum wage job, and people that work there don't work there very long, so they didn't get to know me because there was always new folks there. So many times, whenever I'd go there and teach, I'd work there from 6 o'clock till 9 o'clock at night,
right?
3 days a week. And whenever I'd be coming out at 9:30 at night, they were like, "Hey, what are you trying to do, inmate?" I was like, "No, I just need to get out of here, sir." It's like, the hell you are. And they would try to keep me in there. And I'm like, "Hey, do I look like an inmate? I've got my polo and my khakis," but it was a work release unit, so all these guys had some polos and some shit because they've been out working
with your shaved head.
Yeah, and they didn't know me because they were new, guards on duty. I was like, "Motherfucker, hey, I need to get out of here. I need to go home. I have another job I have to go to."
You know how many times they heard that day?
Could you not trying to go home? Could you not just show them your wallet?
No,
your driver's license?
Because you have to turn all that in.
Dude, this was 10 years ago. I was 27. I'm 37 now. So I didn't have a badge. I didn't have shit. Like, I was just working there. So I'd have to tell them, "Hey, please radio somebody." And they're like, "I'm not radioing shit." I'm like, "Dude, look, here's my satchel. Here's my iPad. None of your inmates have an iPad, do they?" "No." "Okay, cool. So please let me out of here."
He's like, "Give me that."
Where'd you get that iPad, you felon?
Yeah, the whole place, it was like a dormitory. It wasn't cells because it was work release, so these guys had a certain amount of freedom. So it was a dormitory that was locked up from the outside. Right. You couldn't get out of there. So you had coffee. I mean, they had TV and coffee and shit, but it was like your dorm was locked the fuck down.
So not quite a halfway house, more like a
quarterway house.
Quarterway house. Yes,
an
exactly.
House.
Yeah, now the state loved to get them out there for the state fair and like pick up trash and shit like that, and they loved to have them picking up trash on the side of the road, and they'd send them right the fuck back to lockup.
Right.
Every night.
Right.
And they knew they could get out eventually, but only if there's a halfway house somewhere for them to go to. They used to call this the legal hustle. Now, the legal hustle, let me explain this to you. I shouldn't do this because this is my idea for the future, but anyway, a legal hustle is when you have people coming from a work release unit, you put them into a halfway house. The problem is there are not enough halfway houses in Arkansas to house people who are out on parole. So you got people who are stuck in prison who could be out on parole, but there's nowhere to put them where you can be checking on them and making sure they're passing their drug test and all this stuff. So they're just stuck in prison still. They're still stuck in the work release unit. There's this system of going from prison to work release to a halfway house to being freedom. A free man on parole.
Right.
And if there is no house to hold them in this work release unit, or not work release, but in this halfway house,
kept in
then they're just stuck there. Whenever
program.
they come up for parole, they can't release them because there's nowhere to put them.
So they have a whole workforce of working for peanuts, basically.
Yeah, exactly. It's the state using this work release unit as their own employees for free. They used to.
That's why marijuana will never be federally legalized.
The warden there in Haskell, he used to use these guys, like, they clean my truck. I was like, man, that's wrong. They're like, well, they tell us to do this stuff. They put flooring in the warden's house. They cleaned our vehicles. They did all this stuff that's super illegal, in my opinion. But they were like, well, the warden tells us to do this stuff. So, I mean, what the fuck,
What are they going to do?
My name's Rusty Shackleford. Rusty Shackleford.
So what you're saying is we need to go on a crusade.
No, what I'm saying is we need to open some halfway houses Because here's the kicker. The state will sponsor you and give you loans to open halfway houses so that they can get these people out of the work release units. It's a legal hustle. It's a freaking incredible money boom. You just got to get the state to give you a loan so you can get these folks out of the halfway houses. And then once they go to the parole board, they're like, yeah, we grant you the pardon to go to the halfway house. They just don't have anywhere to go right now because there's too many criminals and not enough halfway houses.
So you take people from a work release program that are in prison, put them in the halfway house, and then from the halfway house, they eventually work their way to like a quasi-free man.
Yeah, exactly. And here's the other thing too that I've thought about. Let's say you've got a halfway house that you've created off of state loans, and you've got these guys coming from work release to the halfway house.
Yeah, I'm fine.
What the?
He's thinking. He's kinesthetically thinking. He's like me. We have to move and think at the same time.
Like as he was doing fucking pull up.
I'm just.
What am I then?
You
Sedentary thinker.
Piece of shit.
That's fair.
Oh.
No, I'm just like, pretty much. Normally I don't do this, but for those who want to know, I'm rocking in my chair. Typically,
because the audio is probably dipping in and out and shit.
No, it's not. It's fine.
Yeah, well, that's a mighty fine hustle, and it's one you could do legitly and be a good person about too.
Oh,
but,
yes.
I mean, the incentive is not there to do it right. The incentive is there to be a fuckhead about it, keep people in it.
No, I don't think so at all. I feel like you could have your own preachers come in. You could have your own drug test people coming in. Your mental health counseling coming in. You could have your own job on the side that has, like, say, a freaking, a landscaping business that you employ these guys with. I mean, it's a whole big hustle. And it's legal and it helps folks, too. I mean, win-win-win. Win-win-win-win. This is too much about my ideas. This needs to be more about some stuff. This isn't funny at all.
You're the guest, dude.
I know.
This isn't necessarily a funny podcast.
We're
talking shit out.
Well, let's just be honest then. I mean, this will help some people that fucked up one time. Like, I talked to so many people that fucked up, and they're like, dude, man, I'm not a bad person, and they weren't bad people. I met some terrible people, don't get me wrong, but I met more really good people that messed up one time that got them stuck in a bad spot.
Well, don't you know that they earned that and that they're garbage and that we shouldn't take care of them?
I don't feel like anybody's garbage.
Well, I don't feel like you're good. I don't feel like you're a very good Christian then.
I would like to laugh.
I know you made a joke. Is this we're shitting on Christians? And their
some of them, yeah,
hard-nosed attitude?
Some of them, yeah.
The only difference between... I was told this once. The only difference between me and you is you didn't get caught.
You know what he used to tell us? I had some kids in my previous profession, and they were kids that were quote-unquote bad or, bad apples or whatever. And I said, here's the deal. The only reason you're in this particular building right now is because you aren't good enough at not getting caught. Everybody else is doing the same stuff you're doing. So you need to either quit being bad or
get good.
Stop getting caught.
You need to get good, kid.
One of the two. Get good.
Get good, kid.
Yeah, get good, kid.
Yeah, nothing personal.
Isn't that life, though? I mean, that's life. Quit doing what you're doing or get better at what you're doing.
Exactly.
Wrong job for you. I don't know. I feel like that's... I don't know. I feel like we aren't blasé enough with drug laws. Like, that's some... Like, I kind of applaud Oregon for what they're doing. Like, I don't know that it's going to work out well, but I really applaud them for what they're trying out. I think it's a good idea.
Libertarianism is not a joke. It's something to really consider.
Yeah, well, in this context, like what Oregon's doing, where just drugs are legal. I feel like they're conducting a mass social experiment.
Absolutely.
And I'm really curious as to see how it turns out. I don't know that'll all the way go well, but I think it's a good idea, and it's definitely worth looking into. And I applaud them for giving it a shot.
Somebody has to, right? I mean,
someone's
got to pull that Band-Aid.
Yeah.
We can't just keep.
What we're doing is obviously not fucking working. Like right. we have a retroactive system that puts otherwise good people in prison and shit for these nonviolent drug offenses and stuff. they're not that fucking offensive. You
No,
know?
they're not. But people don't want to hear that because they were groomed growing up forever that drugs were awful, shitty people did drugs, and they were not good for you or your neighborhood, and they were going to get you because that's what the type of people that do drugs are.
And some of them will, you know, some
Right.
of them fucking will. But there's also there's also people that don't do drugs that do fucking horrendous shit.
Right. I'm sure I would be willing to bet everything I have that there are way more people that just do a little bit of drugs.
I mean, like, people are shitty. I don't know what to fucking tell you.
They just need something to get through the fucking day or deal with the day when they get home from work or whatever, and they just, not get a little bump of coke or smoke some little Mary Janes.
Smoke a little Mary Jane, hang out on the back porch, and
maybe they want to go out in the woods and triple little balls and become one with the nature.
Maybe they got a 3-day weekend. They really need to do some work around the house, so they do a little crystal.
They do a little performance enhancing.
Yeah, I mean there have been like a lot of people killed in the name of God, any God.
Yeah.
I mean, presumably the World Trade Centers were brought down in the name of religion. Are all religious people bad? Should we ban religion then? I mean, people are shitty. They're just shitty. So, I mean, you punish the shitty people. Let the good ones go, though. Fuck, don't fucking lock them up with the shitty people, because that makes them shitty. Shit rubs off. Like, I mean, if I shit my pants, I'm not shocked whenever it smears all down my legs and shit. The trick is you wipe the shit off. You just wipe the shit off. Don't let it smear around. Take care of the shit. Save your thighs.
Sounds like some pie in the sky millennial shit.
Now I'm running for president, and that's my campaign slogan.
Okay.
Clean your shit, and you don't get shit on your thighs.
Shit runs downhill.
I feel like I'm going to have to explain that slogan a lot.
But you won't.
Nope.
What?
Whopping America's ass.
That's a little better. That looks better on a bumper sticker. What do you think, Rusty?
Well, I'm a little downtrodden today about Hank Aaron.
Me too. I feel like that's real news and people won't shut up about political shit.
I feel like we're overcome and overwhelmed by political activism, things that are, relevant to social media. But when you get down to what is America, it's baseball. I mean, it's our pastime, right?
Well, it used to be. I mean, I don't know that it is anymore.
It may not.
But I know where you're coming from. I care a lot more. All I heard today was and for good reason, is some of the stuff about Biden and the presidency and some of the stuff he did. Yeah, there's a lot of people pissed off about the Keystone. Sure. I understand that. I have lots of friends that work in the oil field. But that's as far as we're going with that.
I want to talk about Keystone.
That's as far as we're going with that.
I want to talk about Keystone.
But I don't care about that because I'm going to hear about that for months. And you know what? There was no one, not one motherfucking person said one word about Hank Aaron.
It's true. It's very true.
I didn't even know.
Exactly, until I told you.
I didn't even know.
Well, and at this time in our country's history, in our country's timeline, I feel like we are more aware of minorities' impact on our historical timeline.
Which makes it so much weirder.
That we're not hearing about Hank Aaron right now.
Yeah.
I agree.
think we I
honestly feel like it's because he didn't hang on for a month.
The other thing is that he's a minority, but he also wasn't a juiced up roid monkey.
Thank you. Preach on that.
All right, he was just a dude that played baseball. Now, also, context, I say roid monkey and the people that use steroids. It has nothing to do with people being African American.
That's understood.
That. I'm wowing at the fact that you said he was just a dude, and he wasn't just a dude.
I wasn't trying to marginalize
he was the first
him.
Black superstar, man.
No, that was Jesse Owens, bro.
Who's Jesse Owens?
Jesse Owens was the first black superstar.
Well,
Track
he
and
must
field
not have
star.
been that much of one.
He won gold medals and shit.
Oh.
Dude, nobody gives a fuck about Olympics.
Hey, let me call you Matt for a second. Matt,
Okay.
just
Because,
learn.
dude, he kicked Hitler's ass right in front of his face.
yeah, Jesse
Owens rubbed it in his fucking face. Yeah.
You're just saying that because you're an Owens.
He was like Black Panther before Black Panther.
Regardless, I'm not trying to marginalize. I'm saying that he just did that off of eating eating a hearty meal, and maybe the steroids just weren't as good back then. I don't know, but he was like Mark McGuire, Sammy Sosa, Barry Bonds, they're all juiced to the fucking gills.
Yep.
Hank Aaron probably had pot roast and sweet tea, and then went out and just crank homers.
Cranking shit.
Well, and
I can't believe that on the day after his death, I'm having
the day of
his
Yeah,
death.
happened
Is
today.
it not? Oh yeah, that's right. It is still late. Okay.
I feel like you're being very disrespectful to Hank Aaron.
I feel like you are.
Me? What the fuck? I'm the one defending his importance. You guys are like, he wasn't a superstar.
I didn't say he wasn't.
It was
a
this guy
superstar.
Jesse Owens that nobody knows. Something about Olympics that nobody fucking watches or gives a fuck.
No, I never said he wasn't a superstar. I was saying that he was so much more because he wasn't juiced to the gills like lots of people.
All the fucking more reason.
I wasn't. Yeah,
So why
that's
am
why.
I the fucking one defending him, but I'm the one that's
No
being
one's-
disrespectful? Where are you guys? I quit.
Where are you coming from with
I
the
gotta
idea
hang
that
out
we're
and talk,
shitting
but
on
I
Hank
quit.
Aaron?
I don't want another paycheck from this program.
If you guys have a rewind button, y'all should check back on what all was said about Jesse Owens and Hank Aaron. I think that would clarify some
Y'all
things
said
right
that
now.
he beat Hitler.
He did.
He did.
He did. But that's irrelevant. That was you saying that Hank Aaron was the first black superstar, which is
Right.
wrong. There were lots of other. I mean, we could go down the list with lots of other guys.
Jackie
like
Robinson.
Jackie Robinson, Satchel Paige, Roy Campanella.
Okay, so saying
Just
that
for
he
a
was
few.
saying that he was the first is ignorant. I will grant you that was a Mac moment.
You're
However,
grateful.
saying that I'm being disrespectful to him, I absolutely.
I never said you were being disrespectful. You said I was by saying.
Rusty did.
Well, you just said Granchel.
Okay, you did say that. So I'm.
Gretchel?
Granchel.
Yeah, it's we're from the South. Fuck you.
It's Gretchel.
I'm sorry.
It's a contraction.
Granchel.
I'll grant you that.
Oh yeah, I'll grant you that.
Okay. All right. Accepted.
But yeah, I mean, he did say that.
I'm in
but
Texas, dude. I say things like that.
But I'm not I'm the one trying to say that I wasn't trying to reduce anything about Hank Aaron. I was saying that he was more man than more modern people because he wasn't using those shortcuts.
Right.
I think he was less.
We are trying to memorialize
What the
Hank
fuck?
Aaron. Oh,
I think that stuff is.
Hank
man-made.
Aaron was much a
You can't
man.
get a word in, can you?
That's
No.
it's like the emperor's like transhuman juice.
No, stop.
Hank Aaron did not have transhuman juice.
He's
He didn't.
talking about forbidden
If
subjects.
he would have been as much of a man as Mark McGuire or Sammy Sosa or Barry Bonds.
Now, Mark McGuire is a specimen.
Yeah, he was almost like he was engineered.
Nothing was illegal with Mark McGuire.
How can I not reference 40K after you say a thing like that?
Big Mac.
Oh,
He was Big Mac.
Yeah, he was. Him and Sammy were in like
I
a
remember
wood
him
off for a
making
while, weren't they?
history when he
Yeah,
did that. I remember
exactly.
that. I watched that fucking
I
It
read
was
in
game.
the
him
papers.
and the home run
You didn't watch
races.
the game?
I wasn't. No, I didn't have anything like that. To
My
watch
dad
The game,
watched a lot of
That
it,
was a
so
wild
I
year
was-
of baseball, dude. They were just cranking homers left and fucking right, like Mark McGuire, and was it Sammy Sosa?
What was-
Yeah, Sammy
It was
Sosa
Sammy Sosa
was
right
also,
after.
and I mean both of them were just juiced to the fucking
Yeah.
gills, but they were just
no, they weren't.
like let athletes do steroids. Fucking
Y'all stop.
Christ, let them do it, dude.
Y'all
They were
quit.
just cranking that shit.
Was. They
So
weren't.
fucking-
It was a
Andronstein
competition.
Andronstein was not illegal then.
at the time.
Okay, Hank Aaron didn't need any of that. He was still doing all
And
that
he-
stuff.
Yeah, and Hawaii wasn't a country.
Please
yet.
let me say this.
Okay.
He did not face pitchers who were also
Okay.
on the same
Go
juice.
back to cigarettes.
You're talking about level
So
of
the-
competition. Level of competition. Whenever I face a Kid League pitcher, I can bat like a Kid League batter. Like I can smash home runs.
So you saying he Ronda Rousey through that year?
Ooh.
Yes, exactly.
No, he faced competition
No, not
on the
Ronda.
level from
Ronda
where he
was
was
a
at the time.
piece of
Exactly.
shit.
So he put up numbers
She fought who she
equivalent.
wanted to fight, which was nobody.
Yeah.
And as soon as
Hank-
she got like fight.
You
set
can't
for her,
say
she got her
that
ass
just
whooped.
because Hank Aaron didn't
So?
play against Greg
That
Maddux.
still doesn't
We're
take
about to
away
get
from
heated
what
here.
she did.
You can't say like, well, because he didn't hit a home run off Greg Maddux in his fucking prime, it doesn't count.
Would
No,
you wanna
you're
get in a
exactly
fucking
right.
Ring with her?
Hang on, we can't interrupt.
It's not that it doesn't count, but I think that you should take into account,
Absolutely
so
not.
to
That's
speak,
relevant. I'm a pussy.
the era
My point
when
is
his
she
numbers were
kicked
put
out
up,
her fight,
because
which were-
the pitchers were operating under the same
She had-
umbrella that he was
Say
operating
somewhere
under.
she-
They didn't have any special, pills they could take or anything. So he was smashing. He
And
was killing it.
the one like Mark McGuire and Sammy and
Same
all
deal.
that, they were all,
Same deal.
yeah.
With Roger Clemens. and
They
everyone
were,
else.
and they were all operating under
Sure.
the same umbrella too. So
Now-
it's the same.
I agree. Dude, you and I are on the same page here. I feel like if Hank Aaron took some pills to make him Mark McGuire, and he lived in Mark McGuire's time, he could smash just like Mark McGuire. But he didn't, because the pitchers he was facing weren't taking the same shit. I mean, here's the deal.
Right? I think we didn't go in. We just spun our wheels on that.
Yeah, I think so. Steroids aren't specific to a person; they're specific to an era. Not just a batter, but pitchers and batters.
No, but I
and
can
everyone
still,
else.
but I can still emphatically shit on them for doing that, and he didn't have to.
Why? I don't understand.
Because it makes him better.
He didn't have to go up
But
against.
why? I mean, it's a different era. Like,
Yeah,
Doesn't matter.
that's like putting. That's
on
like putting,
black and white, he took it and they didn't.
Dude, that's
So
like
he's
putting
better.
Black Sabbath up against.
let's talk
Darkspire.
Barry Bonds though. I mean, Barry Bonds is arguably
Sucks. He's a piece of shit.
really.
I hate him.
Chase. I mean, Chase.
Dude,
I respect you.
no,
as, like-
hang on. He's
I mean, you're
doing
an
this.
all-star
He's
in
doing
baseball
this
many
Chase
years.
thing.
Oh, I don't like Barry Bonds.
Dude, you're putting Black Sabbath up against Darkspire.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
This is always
You're
bothered me.
putting the like people like Hank Aaron, like they paved the way for these motherfuckers to happen.
Yeah.
So you can't put the things that happened up against the things that caused them. Everybody's standing on somebody else's shoulders. It doesn't make them better than.
Yeah.
It makes them better because.
Yes, you're talking about the guy that created the green and
Damn, I'm
black.
gonna put that on a shirt. That
Listen,
sounded good.
you're talking about the guy that created the green and black Macintosh computer, as opposed to the guy that created our freaking iPhone 12s right now.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean,
That
they're
Macintosh is
both
way better.
innovators, but if you put the two together, all of a sudden, of course, the iPhone 12 is going to kill that other one because it's different eras.
Obviously, but it would have never happened had it not been for that.
Thank you.
And you
Thank
can't
you,
compare
thank you.
the two because it's from a completely different time.
Yes.
But I did, and I'm right.
You did, and you're wrong.
I
Hang on. I want Chase to have to acknowledge that he's wrong.
I'm not, though. I
Because I do it all the time. I all the time stop and admit
I have this
that I'm wrong about
unrefutable
shit.
fact that is true, and it's in black and white, and it's all there, that he didn't have to take steroids, and they did. Thus, he's better.
Because they did.
Because he's not a coward.
Because they did. That's why they did what they did.
But
why
him
they're awesome.
taking steroids. Hey, can I have a smoke, please? Him taking steroids was a result of the pitchers he was facing taking steroids. Yes or no?
No, Greg Maddux was just the shit. He didn't take steroids.
Now, Greg. Now, hey, let's be honest. No. Hey, Hunter, you're wrong here. Greg Maddux was.
You don't think he wasn't juicing?
No, it wasn't. No,
That dude
No.
is a dad and a half.
No.
He didn't take no fucking
Greg
steroids.
Maddux is a god. Greg Maddux is an anomaly. A
He was
freaking
juicing.
blip
He just worked on
the
one
radar.
thing.
No, Roger Clemens did, but he was also a pervert that touched
No.
kids.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Roger Clemens, yeah, he's a fucking pervert.
Can we
pedophile.
not focus on Greg Maddux?
Yeah, he's
Awesome.
going to
I
ghetto.
don't think I can. I don't think I can get past this.
Oh
what?
my god.
Yeah, Roger Clemens did the pedo, so he deserves the ghetto.
Roger Clemens fuck kids?
No.
Oh,
Underage
bummer.
kids.
I gotta burn that Game Boy game.
No.
Roger Clemens baseball.
Oh, it's raining.
It's
That's
starting
cool.
to.
We're going to see how this goes, because we canceled doing
Roger
this
Clemens didn't. He's not a pedophile. No, that's not true. None of that stuff's true.
Oh, man, I mean, yeah, he paid money to get it turned over. But let's be fair.
No,
He's a piece of shit.
I'm willing to believe this. I saw a YouTube video by a Q one time, and I called Jed, and I was like, "Oh my God, Will Ferrell is fucking kids and drinking their adrenochrome out their buttholes." And Jed was like, "Where did you see this?" And I was like, "YouTube." And he was like, "You fucking idiot."
This was on the
Rusty.
news.
Oh yeah, Rusty
Shackleford.
Shackleford.
This was on the news.
God damn it.
This was on the news. This wasn't on YouTube. So it's true.
Art Vanderlei.
But yeah,
All right, Greg Maddux.
Greg Maddux is a
Maddox
wizard.
is shit, dude.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't throw over like 89, 90 miles an hour in his peak time, and he could just put a ball anywhere he wanted to with any motion on it that he wanted to at any time in his career. He's just the best pitcher. In my opinion, Greg Maddux is the best pitcher ever. Like,
Me too.
I know I'm biased in that I've seen him pitch, and I've heard of Sandy Koufax doing the same thing. Sandy Koufax talked about how he quit trying to strike people out, and he started trying to make people hit the ball because he knew he could make them hit at certain places. Now, that's gangster. Don't get me wrong. Sandy Koufax is a dude. However, Greg Maddux is just the best I've ever seen in my lifetime. 37 years, Greg Maddux is hands down the best. I've seen Nolan Ryan. I've seen lots of guys, but Greg Maddux is the best, period.
We did.
Yeah.
We saw Nolan Ryan in Pudge.
Yeah.
I saw Nolan Ryan too. Joe Carter hit a home run off of him, then started storming real bad and had to cancel the game. I was bummed.
You saw that in person?
Yeah.
That is a really bad
gangster,
game.
Dude.
No, it's not. That's a terrible game to see.
No, but that's cool to see it. Joe
Somebody
Carter.
hits
No,
a
dude,
home run off
it
your
worked.
favorite
You know who
pitcher,
Joe
and then
Carter
it
is?
storms
It
the
worked.
out.
Yeah, they were playing
He
Blue
won
Jays.
the World Series for the
Yeah, I
Blue
watched
Jays.
that-
We were the Blue Jays at Loxford.
I watched that. I was watching that game when
Rusty
that happened
Shackleford.
too. Yeah, but no, it sucked because like, oh shit, we'd see fucking Nolan Ryan, man. But then
He
it
was
started
old, too.
storming real bad, and they had to cancel it. So we got to do a rain check, and we picked a different game, and we got to sit in the front row. Now this was in the old Ranger Stadium, and the bullpen back then was like a bullpen at a fucking high school. It wasn't
real bullpen.
It wasn't elevated.
Yeah.
It was like I'm sitting here. Here's the fence, and right here, Ricky Henderson is sitting because he doesn't feel like playing until like the last 2 innings of the game. And over
Ricky
here,
Henderson, that's awesome.
Dennis Eckersley is warming up, and like if I lean over the fence, he could have slapped me in the face with that like weird sidearm delivery. It was fucking rad.
I
That's
saw
cool.
Juan Gonzalez
That's
too.
really
We
cool.
saw Juan
We
Gonzalez.
saw Juan Gonzalez, yeah.
That was great. They sucked then, just like they suck now.
We went and me and Rusty went and saw, we saw Zayo and Under Oath and Under Earth. There's a lot of underbands at this concert. We went and saw all these fucking like baller ass like hardcore metal bands. And then the next day we went and watched the Rangers play.
Where did our parents sit?
I don't even know, man.
No, our parents came to that concert with us and
Oh,
hung back in the back
I
and
think they
just
said
watched us.
that wasn't even the first one. They went. We went to this one. It was a Living Sacrifice show.
Now we're getting off on a familial thing where
Yeah, this is a cool story about my
Ostracizing
dad.
Chace, yeah.
This is a cool story about my dad. Real quick, went to this badass. He's playing on his phone, anyways. Went to this badass.
no
Living,
Googling Chace.
I'm not. I'm checking stuff.
Okay.
checking his Tinder profile.
I don't have that anymore.
Grinder.
Still have that one.
Yes.
If you don't have Grindr,
It's up and active.
you're missing out on a lot of hugs.
That's where Trump posts now, in case anyone was wondering.
Really?
Yes.
That's
Trump
rad.
and Trump Jr. on Grindr right now.
Good for them. I mean,
Not shut down.
keep it up, fellas.
You gotta grind. Keep the grind.
Keep
Nose the grind.
Go to this badass Living Sacrifice concert. Get in a mosh pit. I'm like all of 14, 15, something like that. Get in this mosh pit. I get my pants ripped up to about like shin length, and I walk out of this mosh pit. And my dad's out there, and he's already struck up a conversation with all these like hipster metalheads and shit
Because Dad.
about Willie Nelson, because Dad's the shit. And in his like button-up cinch shirt and Wrangler jeans and shit has struck up a conversation about Willie Nelson with all these
Boots and a
metalheads,
black
and
tie affair.
is holding goddamn court with these fuckers. And I walk up in the middle of them, and I'm intimidated because I've got an audience, because Dad has an audience. And he's like, what is it? I was like, I've ripped my pants. And he just, like, without saying a fucking word, without a thought, whips out a pocket knife and cuts off my pants legs, gives me these really fucking badass, like, baggy shorts, some jorts. And he's like, all right. And then he, like, looks around me, and he's like, where was I? All right, Willie was this one time. it was just fucking rad, man. It was such a cool moment. Sorry for
that's fine. That's a great story.
Derailment. I think so.
I think we've derailed in general.
That's one of
Multiple
those
lines of thought.
when I'm when I'm talking at my dad's funeral. That's going to be a story that I'm going to tell. It's a
Some rabbit trails are very fertile. You gotta plow those trails.
what does that mean?
Well, rabbit trail. You chase a rabbit, and when it's
No, you said the real. Is that supposed to be some innuendo or something? Like the way you leaned into plow. I'm lost.
That's just you, man.
No, you guys are weird.
Because you're gross.
You guys are really weird.
I guess.
The both of you.
Yeah, we tended.
Look, if everybody but you's weird, it's you.
No, it's just you two.
That's everybody but you, man.
Forecast for tomorrow. It's raining on the tin shelter that we happen to be habitating in right now. Overcast. About 10 o'clock.
That's not a
late at night
forecast.
right now.
That's a report.
I forecast it will do the same in the next hour or two.
I mean, that's prediction, so I'll allow it.
Come on, y'all. Toss out something else.
All right.
Male
These millennials.
dressing patterns. Weren't we going to talk about dress of some sort?
No, men's fashion. Is
Men's
what
fashion.
That's
Dress.
something I think you probably know. We really need to get Dead on here for that.
We do.
He knows a lot about that shit.
And about
Dude's-
being handsome.
Hey, I like that guy.
That's all right, man.
Yeah.
He's a good dude.
He's on point with that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
He knows men's fashion.
He does.
He should. That's what he's.
it's
That's
his
his
line of work.
occupation. Yeah.
Yeah.
He better fucking know that shit. That's not a. My fashion's always been like a non-fashion, and to a point, I think in high school at least, it was kind of obnoxious. Because I can remember like I dyed my hair with Kool-Aid at one point.
Oh.
And yeah, just dumb shit like that. I remember wearing a tie with a t-shirt, like it was.
Can I post
Being ironic or
hypothetical?
whatever.
Yeah, go for it.
Go for it.
So Dad, works at a well-known, nationally known men's fashion.
Jesus Christ, Penny.
He works at a shoe and clothing outlet, and I once had a friend about 10 years ago who worked at one of these outlets, and he figured out a way for us to get free clothes all the time. Let's say it, JCPenney. So here's the deal. For about 5 or 6 of us, he would let us come in there and pick anything we wanted to off the rack because he was the person at the counter. We'd come up there, he would clip off the little ink things, and then he'd run up about $50 worth of stuff, say 1 or 2 shirts, but then he would let us take anything we wanted to over that, and he'd clip all the stuff off. Now, we would walk out. I say we. I did not do this because I was deathly afraid of getting caught, but many of my friends would walk out with hundreds of dollars of clothing and shoes from JCPenney. And my fear was always that I'd get caught. No one ever got caught. That's the thing. So should I have not have done this? Like I could have. I was a broke college person working my butt off 40 hours a week and going to college. I really wanted to get some good clothes from JCPenney, and he could have made it happen for me. However, I was afraid that I'd get caught. What would you have done that?
I think there's a couple schools of thought on this.
I wouldn't have done it because JCPenney doesn't have anime t-shirts.
Fair.
But we're talking about the morality of it.
10 years
The
ago.
ethics.
Let's say 10 years ago.
No.
The-
I would be in the same boat as you. I would be terrified of getting caught. I am too straight-laced for that type of stuff.
I probably wouldn't have because I had an attitude then like, I had this attitude like, well they got so much money they must be fucking people over, so I'm gonna fuck them over and that's fine. And I at this point in my life, like I don't know that that's correct.
And I felt that way then, but I also thought, dadgum, I just can't rectify what they're doing with me being all right with taking some stuff from them. So I never did it.
Well,
all
it's
my
a
friends,
faceless entity, so
they all had so much cool stuff, and I was just like, dadgum, I want some of this stuff. And
But
my broke ass just shopped at Walmart the whole time.
you knew it was wrong.
Still shop at Walmart.
You saw it happen, and you didn't squeal. So
Fuck
you're
no.
so you're you basically stole stuff also.
Because I didn't tattle?
Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, dude, I see what you're saying.
silence is
compliance.
Yeah, or complicity.
Complicity or complicity,
Something like that. So we'll put it this so in healthcare, you can't have that, oh, I'm not going to rat mentality, because if you see someone being, not even doing something like atrocious, but doing something that is considered abuse, and there's a lot of stuff that you might be surprised that is considered abuse, and you don't say anything, and someone finds out, and they know you were in the room, you're fucked.
Right.
You're going to lose your license and your job, and you're probably going to have charges pressed against you.
Right.
So, you stole all his clothes.
I would say that's a different
No.
thing.
Nope.
No,
That's
it's
still
the
a
same.
different thing.
I agree with Chace. I do.
You're a fucking thief. Get out of here.
I'll
feel
be
like
odd man out on this. I think that's a different thing.
And you're a coward.
I get that.
No.
What he's saying is accurate, and that I'm complicit in the theft. When you know someone has killed someone, and you don't say something. When you know someone has done something wrong, and you don't speak up, then you are part of that.
Well, there's a difference between what's wrong and what's not legal.
Okay, go on.
Well, so in the case where somebody's actually being harmed, like there's abuse in a nursing home or something like that, and you see it and you don't say anything, yeah, that's kind of complicit because you're being negligent at that point.
Yeah, but you don't even have to physically harm someone.
But negligence.
You could if I said something mean.
Well, I'm not breaking it down on that level. I mean, we can here in a moment, but
okay.
But to my point, what I'm saying is, whenever you're doing that,
it impacts a person.
Yeah, exactly. It impacts their health, be it mental, physical, whatever.
Right.
It impacts their health. Whenever it's just you see somebody stealing, for instance, I saw this kid running out of Walmart the other day, and he was running. And it was back when the garden section was still open. You could walk out of it. This kid runs out, and this woman in a Walmart uniform walks out behind him. She's like, "Sir, stop! You didn't pay for that, sir." And I see this kid coming, and he's got a little bag, and it looks like he's got a video game or something, and he's making a beeline. And I'm the only thing between him and the entrance. And I was like, "Fuck Walmart!" And I just stepped aside and just let this kid go. And I'm like, "Oh shit, damn."
You bullfought him.
And
you said, "Whoosh!"
Well, in my mind in that moment, I was like, "Fuck it! I hope it's Fallout because that's a great game." I'm just kind of cheering, "Go get it, kid." And
there was someone else who just stepped to the side.
Nobody
and let a thief go by.
Who was that, Chase?
Spider-Man.
And his dadgum grandfather died because
it was his
of
uncle.
His Uncle Ben.
Another
You
old
just
man.
killed someone's uncle.
I don't think this kid went home and killed his Uncle Ben with this video game.
I would think that someone that is such a fan of Spider-Man would see that scenario and not immediately know the right thing to do, which would be to clothesline the dog shit out of that child.
Look, if this kid had gone and killed my Uncle Ben with that video game, I would probably feel terrible. But I imagine he just went home and fucking played it.
Let's get real, though. Let's get real.
I am being real. I'm not. What do you
I'm
think
being real.
I'm taking my way through this shit.
This was your chance to give a child a stone cold stunner, and it would have been perfectly fine.
What I'm saying is that,
and you passed that up.
Is that nobody's mental health was affected, nobody's physical health was affected.
How do you know that?
Whenever somebody steals something from JCPenney, like this fiscal giant takes an unnoticeable hit, it's fucking nothing for them. So I don't think not saying anything is really any sort of. It's not a crime. It's not an issue. If you take it. Sorta. It's the morally, ethically wrong thing to do, but I'm not going to judge you too harshly on it. Especially if you're a kid in college and you're probably struggling anyways. Fuck it, man. You're trying to get pussy.
Well, you say kid in college, that's kind of an oxymoron because if you're in college, you're
grown.
An adult.
Nah, you're a
to
kid.
a point.
You're still a kid.
Yeah,
I think there's a lot of people in the military that are kids.
I mean, if you need JCPenney clothes to get laid, or you even... Come on.
Whenever you're in college, you need JCPenney clothes to get laid.
I didn't.
Well, not all of us are fucking digging trenches with a cock, like granddaddy long dick Chace. Some
of us don't have a trowel.
Fucking Patrick Horsecock over here. Fucking.
Some of us gotta do what we can do. Get that comeuppance.
Fucking laying a foundation with his ball sack.
Listen, if I could walk in the bar in goddamn gym pants and fucking shitty tennis shoes and a fucking anime t-shirt and pull some trim.
At what age? At what age did you do this?
36.
Okay, so that's a big difference between when you're a kid in college.
Yeah, they should be in better shape than me.
You get the game now. You don't even you get the game now. At our age, in our 30s and shit, you don't have to have, washboard abs and shit like that to get laid anymore. It's not a thing,
This is a turn of the conversation.
Don't come off as abusive. I think that's about it.
That's about it.
This is a
about
very
it.
important turn of the conversation here.
Girls are
Okay.
Girls are desperate at this point. Men are too. Look at who we're all fucking.
Go ahead.
Well, just saying, pertaining to the turn of the conversation, at 35, 36, I mean, thereabouts, at least in my experience and obviously in Hunter's experience, there comes a point where it's not so important to be in peak physical shape as it is to be able to engage conversationally with someone that you're wanting to talk to, and to not be repulsive.
Yeah.
I mean, those are the two key points. Because at this point in our lives, male and female, we've been through the ringer. If you haven't been through the ringer, something's wrong with you. If you are 36 years old and you're a man or a woman and you don't have kids, don't have a significant other, and don't have any, relationships to speak of, something's probably wrong with you.
Chace.
You've been
Jesus fucking Christ,
No,
dude.
no,
What if we had this conversation
no.
like 3 months ago?
I pinpointed that.
I
Chase.
said significant relationships. Chase has had significant relationship. Let's be honest, But if you haven't,
okay, I get what you're saying.
Oh, I thought you meant like you haven't been
no,
involved
currently,
in
no. I'm just saying.
Look, if you ain't got a girlfriend, you ain't shit.
No, I'm saying at 35, 36 years old, if you have not had an experience like I'm talking about, then something's wrong with you.
Some sort of significant,
there-
like a relationship.
There's a foundational problem
or
with you. Yes.
Or a substantial sort of a
So, excluding those people,
romantic encounter.
those of us,
Yeah, it's called
or
stacking
you,
dollar
not
bills.
myself, as Rusty Shackleford, those of you
For some.
who are now, on the market, so to speak, it's not like you're trying to, be perfect for a perfect person. Because the market that you're portraying yourself to is not perfect either. And when we say perfect, what is perfect? I mean,
See, at this age, you start breaking shit down like that. Like, you stop thinking of things in terms of perfect. You start thinking of things in terms of compatibility.
well, I spoke to my father-in-law a long time
blah,
ago.
blah, 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 blah.
I spoke to my father-in-law a long time ago.
Yeah, right? It's happened. God damn this wine.
I spoke to my father-in-law a long time ago about this, and he explained to me how, as you age, your preferences age as well. And it was a very
I agree with that.
cognitive, intelligent perspective. And he's right. I don't see people who are 20, 19, 18 years old like I see people who are my age.
Absolutely.
I'm not attracted to those people. Talking about some, have you guys discussed the appropriate time for a man to not wear a cap backwards?
Yeah, I thought you listened to this fucking podcast.
I mean, it's been a long time. All right, so what about,
yeah, we talked about this, and I said that it depends on how. Look, if I'm going to wear a baseball cap, I wear it backwards because it's the only way I've ever worn one. Granted, I don't wear.
You used to wear one forward. I played ball with you, man.
Oh yeah, when you're playing ball, you gotta wear it forward. That's part of you gotta. But after you turn it around. But if I'm wearing it, for style or whatever, just wearing a cap around, I wear it backwards.
What about jersey?
I think we decided on that fandom is fandom, and if you want to wear your Bulls jersey when you're out grocery shopping, that's your business.
Should a man free ball or not?
I think that depends on the situation.
Did y'all discuss this too?
We did. We went down the list.
I wouldn't hear.
You should have listened. Maybe you should listen to our glorious podcast.
There's no maybe about it. I just should.
No, but I'll tell you. I'll tell you to your face that I think it depends on the situation. My view on it was that I only did it whenever I was chafed. Because being a person who's 5'9" and 300 pounds with enormous
You're not
thighs.
300 pounds ever. You've
Yeah,
never been.
dude, I was for a long time. I was over 300 pounds.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah, dude, for a long time. I was right at 300 pounds.
How much weight have you lost?
I've been putting it on steadily here lately, dude.
But there's no way you're 300 pounds. No way.
No. Right now I'm 255. I got
Fuck,
down.
did you carry it well?
I
you
got
don't
down.
look anywhere like 300 pounds.
I got down.
I didn't know
to
who the fuck you were because you're all.
No, I got down to 210 or 205 at my lowest. But yeah, when I was big and fat and out of shape, I would my I had huge thighs and they'd rub together on those long days that I would work and they'd be chafed as fuck. So I would have to go home and gold bond up and not wear underwear.
Tell me, and this may be intrusive, and if it is, just call me on it and we'll move on. But
Go
you
for
talk about gold bonding up. That's something that I I don't think about. So when you say gold balling up, like, are your thighs rubbing up on your
So
nuts and stuff?
basically, you know, abs normal. They're still fucking big. They're still way bigger than most people.
We're talking about physicality here.
So basically, when I would walk, my thighs would rub together, and especially up here at the top. So what would happen is I would be really chafed, or as the older people would say, galded.
Okay. Yeah.
Right in this, like right in the crease between your crotch and your
sack,
your thigh. Not really on your sack. It's really on the crease between your.
Because the sack moves. The sack moves.
Yeah.
But the thigh is stationary.
But it would be really just raw.
Should like powder that up.
Yeah, and I would get home from work and I would get the gold bond and just.
I was told,
and then I'd free ball and let it heal.
When I was in college, I talked to a friend of mine.
Awful.
And he explained to me some Arm & Hammer shit. He was talking, or maybe it was Gold Bomb, but he talked about after you get a shower, dumping it on there, and just the cooling effect that it had. And he swore by it.
Oh, it is cooling.
And I tried it, and I was like, dadgum, this is a sensation that I've never experienced before. I didn't continue it because I was broke as shit, so I didn't go buy some of that stuff, but I tried some of his after a shower. I was like, man, it's refreshing. It's almost like, a mouthwash after you brush your teeth or something.
It was a nice, like when I would get home from work and I would be miserable, but I finally get home and get to do it. Like it was like this. Imagine like if it was just icy and not hot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. It's just icy. But it felt really nice. But yeah, that's when I've never been a fan of just running around without my underwear on.
Do you still use that?
I still keep it out of habit, but I haven't had to really use it.
Maybe not had to, but was it something that you enjoyed that you're like, man, I like to
Well, I mean, the feeling was nice because I would be just miserable from being chafed raw. But I'd never really just thrown some Gold Bond on my nethers just because I thought it might feel nice and cooling. I assumed it wouldn't work because I wasn't chafed.
Let's talk about male manicuring. Let's just talk about it. Let's just bring it up because
I'm glad that I have front teeth. I can chew my nails again.
Sure. Yeah, that's not what we're talking about at all.
I finally had to start using clippers.
Just use clippers.
No, I got to chew them shit.
That's a normal fucking human thing to do.
Yeah,
you guys are talking
because
that's the thing I'm not even talking about.
Yeah, because we came out with the
manicuring. I'm not talking about fingers.
Look, dudes, clip your fucking fingers. Stop chewing the shit.
Your fingers.
Stop picking at the shit.
If you're talking about your toes, then that's your pedicure.
What about your sack?
That doesn't have anything to do with manicuring.
I manicure my sack.
No, not a manicure. That's manscaping.
Manscaping?
Yeah, manscaping.
Let's talk about manscaping.
Are you talking about shaving your balls?
And trimming.
No, dude. Yes. If I shave it down to the nub.
So you go full sea mollusk.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, I have. I was often bullied into it before because it was like if you want to be filleted, you need to get rid of that shit.
Really?
That's been my experience. Yeah.
Whoa! Maybe I'm in a whole different realm here. So you guys are walking around like a child.
No,
like a child.
Yeah, basically. Well, on my balls. My balls are childlike in the fact that there is no hair upon them.
Like a sea mollusk without its shell. That's you.
I like to think of it as a young sea turtle.
How much hair would you even have with it anyway? You don't have hair anywhere else.
You are hairless.
I grow some ball hair. It's not. I'm not saying it's like a coarse.
Well, let's
thing.
Let's take in everything that I have on my face and my arms, and it's like
I have to take care of this pirate.
Yeah,
that's
but that same thing goes on downstairs.
Yeah,
it just explodes.
But then it's a different story for you guys. I don't know. I haven't seen y'all sex.
You want to see it?
No. Not. But I guess, dude. I guess you can't just say coward. I guess you can, but it doesn't carry any weight unless it's about a certain situation that matters.
You are afraid.
If you weren't, you'd have your balls out.
I'm not afraid.
I don't want to see your dick.
I'm not afraid. I'm disinterested to the point that it might be kind of gross.
What, you too scared to try and batwing someone?
It's not scared. It's grossed out by.
You're just scared. You're a coward.
I guess. Yep. If that's what it takes to get me to not have to see another dude's ball sack flapped in my face.
No, you're not looking at other people's. You're trying to.
I'm trying to propose a new subject.
You want to fucking shake you want to shake your
different road here.
Grotesque grizzly bear, fucking like gnarled, like thick coat of like
where's my mask? Where's my COVID mask?
Your fucking disgusting, crusted over and like just covered in a thick patch of pubic goat hairs.
Enough.
Like I'm not interested in looking at that and being like, yeah, okay, Chase, yeah, that's pretty fucking gross. I'll just preemptively say it's pretty gross.
It's not gross though. It's taken care of.
You want to suck my dick?
No, that's gay.
Coward.
Now,
no, I'm sorry.
You're a coward. You're a coward.
Hey. Let's refocus here. I was just broaching this subject because I was wondering how others did it, since I don't have friends or anything.
Sucking dick's not gay. My wife does it straight as hell.
You be letting girls suck your dick? Well, you gay.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead, Rusty.
I was just, saying, me being older and having lived a life. We're at the 2.5 hour mark, man. You might as well go on in. No.
All right.
Yeah, we're gonna have to round it up here in a minute.
Yeah. So let's wrap this up. Just, look
at here.
Upon this
go home.
Particular topic right here. Just, let's say, Hunter, you and myself have monogamous relationships that we're in.
Yeah.
Chase,
Presumably.
you're a man about town.
No, I'm not. Not really.
Well, but you could be. Hypothetically, you could be a man about town.
We're
at any moment.
We're until you were in the relationship that you're in now. Not saying you just.
I'm sorry, I forgot you have a girlfriend.
I guess, but I wouldn't call myself a man about town.
Well, I don't mean that you went and just slung dick all over the place. We mean more that you had the opportunity.
Okay,
like your schedule was open to pussy.
Okay.
Right. So
mine is not. My wife's on her period.
From a manicuring standpoint, do you manicure or do you not? Not talking, carte blanche, clean slate. I'm just talking. Do you
I would always try to get it trimmed up and cleaned up if I was more sure that would happen. Now, I have been caught flat-footed a couple times.
Sure.
Because
aren't those the happiest of times?
I didn't expect something to happen.
Aren't those the happiest of times?
They really are.
Whenever you're just like, oh, surprise, and you're like, damn, I'm not. It doesn't matter.
See, also yesterday, dude, it was like fucking 10 o'clock in the morning yesterday. I got an old fashioned.
Hey,
I was so fucking thrilled.
I'll say,
like out of the blue, it hadn't like nothing. It was just, it was a day like any other. Hang on.
Oh, here we go. Story time.
Oh, Hunter. If we descended into talking about cunt.
We talked about cunt. It was a day like any other. And I went out for a walk because it wasn't my workout day. So I went out for my walk and come back after an hour. And my legs are a little tired from it. And I come back and I sit down and I stretch out. Here come the wife. She sit down next to me.
Yar.
And we're just bullshitting. I'm telling lots of jokes because I'm feeling funny. And she's laughing. And it's reciprocated. And I say, I say to her, boy, I sure do wish you weren't on your period. Because I'd like to give you a throw right about now. And she laughs a little bit. And she says, she says, bro, I tell you, she said, I'm about on it, but, would you like a hand jibber? And I go,
an old fashioned.
And I go, that's what I said. It's exactly what I said. She said hand jibber. I said hand jibber one time. She thought that was funny as shit, so she just calls it hand jibber all the time. She's like, how about a hand jibber? And I laughed and I leaned back and I go, an old fashioned, of course. And she's like, I can do that. And she like peels the pants off and gets started. And it was a beautiful moment. And you don't get that with the youngerns. You don't, because they need the flash and the zazz and the TikToks and the shit like that. And I ain't got that. I get none of that to offer. But what I do got to offer is a dick that needs a jibber. So jibber jibber on, jibber jabber. And that's the story of yesterday and how I came to sin against God.
I feel like it's not a sin against God. It's almost an affirmation.
Better you sow your seed
It's
in
an
the belly of a whore than upon the soil.
It's an affirmation to the Song of Solomon. When you think about the woman whose breasts are like dawn, does running freely in the fields and flowers blooming in the sunshine. I mean, your story just now.
And her nethers are as a...
I'm glad that the Bible.
Your story is much less dirty than some of the stuff I've read in Song of Solomon. So
I'm so glad the Bible
God's a
has
filthy
such that the Bible has such eloquent verses to contradict the other parts where it tells you not to do.
Have you read the parts where it talks about man in Song of Solomon? Like shit even gets me a little. It talks about his thighs of marble and shit like that. I'll start like, damn, Jesus, like, hang on, God, let me catch my breath for a second. let me get a second.
Hold on, I'm sweating here.
Hold up, God.
Hot sweats.
Hold up, Jehovah Jireh. let's calm down, Messiah.
How come that part never gets preached about? I want to hear that part preached
about. Let me get a cigarette and a drink. Shit,
and I want to get a parental guidance so I can leave my kids with the sitter before I come to that sermon.
Nah, man, you send them to grandma's house for reading them scriptures.
Yeah,
that's some.
Here, let's just look at Bible's dirtiest verses.
No, guys. All right, guys. No,
stop it, Chace.
No, you're doing shit, and I'm not going to allow it.
Chace, why?
We've had a good time.
We have had a good time.
It's been a great time. It's been a great time. I appreciate you guys.
I think we talked a lot of shit out tonight.
We did.
Yeah. This is our longest. No,
it's
one.
not.
Well, we did the bonus ones.
The one with Andrew is probably the longest one.
But those don't count because.
Then this is right up there with I think it's about the same as that one we did with Brooke where we talked about relationships.
Yeah, that was a long one.
That was a long one.
That was a long one.
All right. Yeah. Well, hey, thanks everybody for listening to this shit.
Yeah, I did.
Thank you everybody for listening to this shit. Had a great time with you. Thank you, Rusty Shackleford, for showing the fuck up. Thank you, Chace, for being Chace.
Yes.
Thank you, me, for appreciating Chace and Rusty Shackleford. And thank you for being the fucking dumb fuck you are for listening to our shit. Go fuck yourself. Have a good time doing it.
Thank me for being right that Hank Aaron is a better man than Mark McGuire.
Also, Lord... Lorgar was right. About